Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you're looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, you've come to the right place. We're opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, keep watching and we'll show you exactly how it all works. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that you want to play. Most of our series will have 8 spots representing the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, you have a 1 in 8 chance to win memorabilia at an awesome value. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune in to the next available Live Breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at 9 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you'll see a name appear on the screen when your break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and the order will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that show's dice roll number. After randomization, the list of names of people who bought spots in that live break will be matched up with an NFL division. If the item that's pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations! You just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia at a fraction of the cost. Want to guarantee yourself an item instead of testing your luck? Check out the mystery box tab of our website for a variety of mystery box options. When you buy a mystery box, we'll ship it straight to your door, and some can be opened on air at your request. While you're there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Club Rewards program. This exclusive club earns you points towards specific discounts, signed items, and prizes each and every time you buy at UltimateAutographs.com. The moment you've been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Guess who's back? Back again. Robin Chinmay, tell a friend. As we are back here in the UA Live Break Room, my best Marshall Mathers impersonation there, also known as White Boy Wonder here. Checking in for the second time today. Doc Rivers dropping the fire emojis. I don't know if that's just because he's happy to see me in Chinmay, or maybe he's just a fan of some UA rap. Regardless, we are back.
Why not both?
Why not both? Indeed, my friend.
To piggyback off one of the best food commercials that I've seen in a long time. Por qué no los dos on the taco. I forget the brand. I forget the brand of the taco shells that it was, but it was basically like, why can't a taco shell have a flat bottom, but also like a, I think it was like a flat bottom and like there was something with a crisp or like a curve or something. It was like, why can't I have a flat bottom but also have a curved shell or something like that? And a little girl at the table was like, ¿Por qué no los dos? So
I vaguely remember.
Yeah. So that's a roundabout way of saying the fire emoji could be for both.
For both, yeah.
I see Apollo. I see Apollo. He's got the Packers.
He's got Packers, yeah.
He's got Packers. I see ya.
And you know where else you could have the Packers as well, Polo?
Jordan Love.
You could Jordan Love. And you know what else you could have?
But he's a Cowboys fan, so he wants the triple sign.
No, he wants the Packers. You could get in the playoff series, one of the 3 playoff teams that are remaining. Just saying, you talk about Packers, you got to bring that up. You can get the Jordan Love and you can get the Packers on a hidden gem item with an NFC North hit. Just saying.
Yeah,
just
Packers
saying,
and Packers Jordan Love jersey and the triplets authentic in the Weekend Warrior is probably where Polo really wants to be playing.
And we got a lot of different series to be playing in, guys, over the course of this absolutely wonderful show. 6 series to get into. Brand new Weekend Warriors series. We were chomping at the bit to get into it this morning, and you guys were just as hungry as Chinmay and I were to talk about it. We went through 7 boxes, and then we went through 4 in the minis as well. But outside of that, we have a lot of other places and room to cover. If this is your first time tuning into the Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch family, make sure to drop a like, hit this subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Helps the algorithm, and it also is going to help Chinmay supporting our local friends out there. We have a refer a friend program, hence why we got the graphic in the background. If you couldn't tell, refer a friend. Can't make it as many bold-faced letters as that. $100 or more in their first cumulative order, Chinmay, you get $50 as well, and so do they in UA Store credit. But you, the referrer, I'm talking to you out there. I'm making a call to action for you guys. For whoever refers a friend, a family member, a coworker, your pastor, reignite that old flame that you used to have back in the day. Call up your ex-wife and see what she's up to. Get her butt in the UA Live break room. Why not? There's nothing you can't lose. But you can only gain, Chinmay. And what can you gain, you might ask? A Bo Nix Game Day Authentic. The quarterback who owns the #1 seed in the AFC, we're giving away on a Authentic. Absolutely gorgeous. My favorite thing about a Denver Broncos lid that you can't go wrong with, 5280, smack dab right above the top of the lid. You get that obviously for the mountain high elevation that you get in the Mile High City, which is very, very cool. Mitchy Poo, what's going on? Inventive Mitch said, now did you guys get your hands on something of Taylor Swift? We might have. We might have talked to Taylor.
Are you saying how?
Oh, how? How did you get it? Oh.
So I've been here a little bit longer than Rob has, and we have had Taylor Swift records before. So there is an existing sort of pipeline there for Taylor Swift items. Now, I will say we don't get them regularly. We get them every so often, but there is a pipeline there to have Taylor Swift there. We have Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in the same break. They're not they haven't autographed the same item yet. So we can not guaranteeing that that'll come down the pipeline soon, but we have had Travis Kelce in the room plenty. We have Taylor Swift in the room. It's possible we could deliver UA history with an item or items that have both signatures on them, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Why not?
In the near future.
Yeah, and again, not confirmed. These are just rumors that could be speculating. But again, it's so funny because you and I have talked about this. Excuse me, I'm thinking like two consecutive weekends.
Yeah.
God, we bring up Taylor, and I'm just getting so choked up over here. Just her mastery of the being such a masterful musician. But yeah, there is potential down the road. A little Kelce and Swift cosign. As soon as we hear about it, you guys will probably see it in a series right away. But Chinmay, none of this matters without getting our celebratory dice roll out onto the table, for lack of a better term. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to do something I haven't done before, okay? I just thought of this right off the top of my dome. There's a reason why the only PhD that I have, see, I can't even say the acronym. The reason the only PhD I have is in numerology, because I master also in ratios as well, telling you guys how to get through this break room, but I'm not a very big forward thinker. So Chinmay, here's the thing. You guys see the weekend warrior down at the Chase Wheel Spin. That's going to stay the same. Gave away $47 this morning to who else? Samuel Nelson. He kicked some serious tail, Chinmay. He won, I believe, was it 4 or 5?
I want to say
4. I wouldn't be surprised. Was it 4? 4 and then $47 in Chase Wheel Spin. You could be the next Samuel Nelson this show. Here's the kicker, Chinmay. That's going to stay there, but we're going to get a second Chase Wheel Spin. And this is where all the pressure is on your shoulders, my friend. If you guess the dice roll correctly, we're going to get a second Chase Wheel Spin.
Wow.
If you guess that correctly, I will add a second Chase Wheel Spin between the At the Ray, which is the all game day authentics that we have available, the playoff, the mixer, the alts and throwbacks, the vault, or the minis.
A lot of pressure. I'm going to go with 9 again.
9? Dial right in. Mickey's going to hop in with 8. And Mickey, is there a guaranteed when you're buying the mystery box?
Yes.
When you buy that mystery box personal, which is the minis or the jersey, then yes, that'll be the case.
We're covering all the numbers. Everyone's covering all the numbers.
We're covering all the numbers. All right, so guys, this was specifically a Chinmay thing, but I love the participation. You guys might actually sway me here. You know, somebody throw a 12 and a 6 in there, and let's just cover all of our bases, why don't we? Honey Borland, what's going on, honey? I feel like I just cheated there by saying that. How much does it cost to get into a break? Screw Taylor Swift. Okay, well, you know, everybody has respect to their own opinion, but I'll get into that in just a second. Let's get into this dice roll. Chinmay, drum roll, please. Oh, man, we're going to be in suspense here. 7. 7 is what it's going to be, guys. I was a man of my word, so we don't have to change the dice roll at all from last year going into this one. We are going to stay at 7.
Doc got it right.
Doc got that bad boy right. You know what? since Doc got that right and everybody guessed for participation, can you throw $10 of UA credit towards Doc's way for me?
All right.
That would be great. Thank you there. He said he cheating. Look, doctors don't cheat, okay? They cheat their way through medical school, but they don't cheat their way here in the break room, okay? Honey, great question. What does it cost to get into a break? So let me walk it through you really quick before I walk you guys through everything that we got here in the break room here today. So, Mr. or Mrs. Borland, if you want to click this link right here, this link will take you to this page that you see right in front of you. So we, at Ultimate Autographs, you are buying divisional break spots. You are getting a chance to win sports memorabilia, some of the best around, at a fraction of the cost. So, for example, I'm going to use the Weekend Warrior since this is a weekend exclusive series. Everything you need to know is by clicking on this series right here. So, what we have here at the very top are headliners. This is a 30-box series, so there's 30 different boxes that end up getting broken out in this series. You can see this right here. So we have 16 headliners that are available. The headliners are the things that are considered in this pictured graphic, or they're in what we like to call secondary headliners. Once you get on the website, these are all up-to-date live. So this is everything that we have that's left available in this series. This is what you got to focus on here, honey. Single, double, and quad. So what you see right here, this is the price total to get into a single box break. That's going to result in one box being open. That is going to happen once all 8 of these spots are filled. So when the spots left hit down to 0, that's when the break's going to happen. That is when that's going to ensue. The double box break, obviously that's 2 boxes. Quad is 4, so on and so forth. If you add this quantity right here, we've made it as simple as possible. The website's brand new. Honey, if you wanted to, with 6 box being left, right there, you could close out this single right now. You would get 6 out of the 8 break spots. $480 would guarantee you 6 out of the 8 spots. Now, again, the only way that you can actually guarantee yourself an item is by one of 2 things, Chinmay. You can buy out an entire 8-spot break for yourself, or you can go right up here to the Buy a Mystery Box tab, go to the black box, go to the black box mini. We don't have this available right now. We'll have these built by Monday, just as a heads up, or the headliner mystery box package. You click this add to cart, and this is a mystery box that's getting sent to your location, wherever you're currently saddled at. So hit add to cart for that. But the cool thing is that you're going to be guaranteed to get one of these big names in this series, or a potential hidden gem. So, more or less, honey, I hope that's a pretty good understanding of how that works. For Doc, said Rob, brother, thank you, but that is not necessary. Love you, man.
Too late. Already hit send on it.
Yep, can't do much.
Can't take it back.
That was, we're full sending here.
Yeah.
We're full sending to the Doc this morning, so, /afternoon.
I do want to bring a couple points up.
Go crazy.
We are 3 spots to go in the At the Rave single box.
I like being at the Rave.
And we're also 3 spots to go in the At the Rave quad box. So, if you want to get in the single, it's a much lesser price point, but only 1 item comes out in that box. The quad is also 3 to go, so similar potential for that break to happen, but we can knock out 4 items here, and you could potentially double up here with Mike Evans and Rico Dowdle in that At the Rave. So definitely look at that single to crack into this At the Rave, but that quad is also pretty close. And 3 to go. If you can knock out 4 items in that quad to whittle this series down a little bit, that would be awesome as well. So if you're interested in those Rave Authentics, the coolest lids, in my opinion, that we have here at UA, definitely jump into that single and that quad.
See, when you work with somebody for as long as I've worked with Chinmay, which is, scratching at the surface of about 4 months or so, you build this thing called chemistry. Because I was literally going to ask you the most useless and pointless question actually about that At the Rave series. Again, guys, this is completely useless. This is total nonsense. But again, it popped into my head. And I think this Dunkin' iced coffee is getting me hyped up on too much sugar. Out of the headliners we have left, again, this is going to be such a stupid question. Mike Evans, Julius Peppers, Jerome Bettis, Rico Dowdle, Deshaun Jackson. If you had to spend 1 weekend at a rave with any one of these 5 guys,
oh God,
who would it be? If you had to go to a rave with one of these 5 gentlemen, who would it be? I got my answer because I think it's, I don't know. I would go with Jerome Bettis because he's the biggest guy in the room.
Contender for sure.
He's going to create a whole mosh pit himself for me, so I'm not going to have to worry about anybody. Jerome Bettis is going to clear the space for me, and plus he seems like a really fun guy.
Jerome Bettis seems like he has some awesome stories. And again, like you mentioned, the size, kind of brings some. He can bring some muscle. You know, it's always good to have some muscle on your team as your teammate and kind of clear space for you. But I also think like Deshaun Jackson has just some awesome stories.
Oh, for sure.
Like
for sure.
I think D-Jax and Jerome are the two that I would. It's a debate between the two of them.
I think us having Chicago ties, location-wise, and fandom for the Bears, and not really so much for me, but the Packers for you as well.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers would be a cool choice.
Yeah, Peppers played for both teams. Yeah.
I would like to ask Julius Peppers about his collegiate basketball career at UNC actually as well. Go Tar Heels. But yeah, so talking more about what actually matters here, as Jamil said, Evans. Evans is a good choice. Mike Evans. I would like to ask him, which, by the way, crazy thing for Mike Evans. Talk about a guy, Chin May, in his playing career. Do you happen to know who the first quarterback was to throw him his first ever touchdown reception?
Oh, see, I'm gonna guess like old Bucks quarterbacks and stuff.
You would be right on whoever you guess, if you could think of them.
Josh Freeman was gonna be my guess.
Damn, that's a good guess. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Right after Josh Freeman, but that's a really good guess.
Ugh.
He was a Bears quarterback at one point.
Oh. I have no clue. So it's like Josh Freeman is the last like throwback Bucks quarterback.
He's most known
that I
for
know.
a certain physical feature on his body that he would get memed for and pointed at for a little while. Him and Davis Mills have this in common.
Yeah, I'm completely blanking.
I was just got a pretty long neck. Mike Lennon.
Oh, okay.
Mike Lennon was the first quarterback that ever
I was a
threw
big fan of Mike Lennon coming out of college. Actually, I thought he was good, like good player.
Yeah. No, I mean he was a a guy that's
serviceable
a
player, but
career backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, look at a guy like Chase Daniel. Guy made $40+ million.
Mizzou made Chase Daniel.
What did he make? Like 8 career starts, and he made like over $40 million.
It's more, I think it's more than 8. I think it's like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion because he backed up Drew Brees early on in his career.
That's wild. That's right.
And now he's a very successful podcast and social media host type of deal. Where he does a lot of clips with like college football. And
you know
stuff.
who actually started off as the backup?
Good film breakdown guy.
You know who started off as the backup in that 09 season for the Saints before that year? It's Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell, because I think that was the last pit stop of his career. So I know. Hopefully, this is the first pit stop for you guys here today, and the Raves and Authentics. You got the single box break for just $69. A very nice price point to start off with the double box break and the quad to follow at $138 and $276. Headliners in this series, 15 boxes, 5 headliners to go. You heard the man Chin May over there. Guys, get into the double box break. I know it's quote-unquote the furthest away. We can cut that down very, very quickly because we have that aforementioned Mike Evans and Rico Dowdle NFC South double.
You get in the quad. I know the quad price point is higher, but you still get the double times 2. You get 4 boxes to come out, but it's only 3 spots to go. The quad is much more likely to happen than the double. I would get, like, if you're looking at multiple boxes and you want that double up with Evans and Dowdle potentially, among the headliners at least, there will be double up possibilities in the and more section as well. But I would get in that quad because only 3 spots to go.
And with a couple of the other series, speaking of quads, I know a quad that you and I are definitely going to be keeping our eye on as well. It's the last quad of that particular series, and it only makes sense, right, with what we're talking about today with playoffs. Jim Mora, I don't believe is in this series. I'd be very shocked if he was. Obviously the famous quote from the former Indianapolis Colts head coach, but $336 value. And there's a big stipulation in this series. There's one headliner left. It is indeed a guy who's going to be starting a playoff game tonight, primetime game. Chin May and I are going to make a spread pick for this weekend, wild card weekend. Will this game be involved? You guys got to stay around and see. Jordan Love has certainly made a name for himself in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area. Is he going to bring his first title back to Title Town? Green Bay has not had one since Aaron Rodgers, and I always get this freaking year wrong. Was it 2010? Right?
Yeah, 2011 Super Bowl, but 2010 season.
Because 09 was the Saints, 2010 was the Packers, and then 2011, that was the Ravens, right? Okay, yeah, because I always get those 3 years
No, it was
mixed
Giants
up.
and then Ravens.
Oh, that was right.
Packers,
That was the
Giants,
Patriots.
and then Ravens.
Yeah, that was the Patriots. Yeah, you are 1,000% correct, my friend. So, for Jordan Love, photoed headliner. But here's the thing, the 3 hidden gems guys, again, we don't know what divisions are going to be. But here's the one thing that we do know, is that it's going to be on one of these 3 divisions, because we have these 3 playoff teams that are left. The LA Chargers, Green Bay Packers, and Denver Broncos. Rob, why does that matter? Well, let me tell you. The series contains SpeedFlex authentic helmets, mini helmets, and jerseys. Currently in the NFL, there are 14 boxes in this series. They'll give you a chance to win randomly assigned playoff teams. If your team advances, you'll be issued store credit. The store credit amount for each round are as follows: $100 for advancing past the wild card, $200 for the divisional, $400 for advancing past the championship round, and $1,000. 1 with 3 zeros after it for the Mac Daddy for winning the Super Bowl. And this is what it currently looks like, folks, with what we have. These are, if your name is currently in this list, this is who you're going to battle for. Those final 3 teams that I showed you, the Chargers, the Packers, and the Broncos. You have the number 1 seed in the AFC. You have the Green Bay Packers, who, all respect, Chinmay, I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing. They got to play the games for a reason. They're, for some reason, a favorite in Chicago tonight. It's a pick 'em, but it's still a favorite in Chicago tonight. And then you have the Chargers as 3-point dogs on the road in Foxborough tomorrow afternoon. So, going to see how that ends up transpiring. Or are they are they the Sunday night game tomorrow?
What,
the Chargers and
Patriots Sunday night?
They
tomorrow.
are the Sunday night game. Okay, that's what I thought.
But because it's the quad,
Yes,
we got to knock that out today to assign all those teams.
correct.
Right? You can't get if you get the quad tomorrow, you can assign Chargers and Broncos, but you won't be able to assign Packers.
100%. Because obviously you cannot assign somebody that has already played. That is what we like to call cheating. Going against the grain here, going against the rules here in the UA Live break room. The most popular series that we had kicking off this morning, 23 boxes, Chinmay, 16 total. Is that 16 or 18, my friend? Is that 16?
For the Weekend Warrior?
Weekend Warrior.
Yeah, 16 headliners.
16 total headliners, 23 total boxes. Left my reading glasses at home. What we got here in the graphic, guys, we have some of the best out there. We have the Taylor Swift autographed album. That is encased right there. That is absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't have to be necessarily for you, of course. This could be for a friend or a family member, a wife, a daughter, a niece, whoever it might be. Hell, is it for your dad? Your dad could be a big Taylor Swift fan. We don't judge anybody here.
Mm-hmm.
I caught my dad listening to Katy Perry the other day. He was, for some reason, he knew the lyrics to Firework. How does he know it? I don't know. It kind of worried me. But you know what? We roll with the punches. Just like we're doing with the rest of the breaks here. Chet Holmgren, the former 2nd overall pick, taken right behind. Remember who he was taken behind in the 2022 draft?
Chet?
Yes.
Wembanyama, right?
Not Wembanyama. He came in 2023.
Chet, number 1 pick. Keep forgetting that class.
I just like to keep you on your toes.
Who went before Chet?
Eastern Conference team. Drafted first overall.
Drafted first overall, Eastern Conference. Who went number 1 overall? Cade Cunningham.
It's so funny. I knew you were going to say Cade when I said it is not Cade Cunningham.
Not Cade Cunningham.
Cade went in 2021.
Okay, so the year before Cade.
So you got both first overall picks on the on opposite ends.
Yeah, Wemby and Cade. 2020, you said.
2022.
2022.
Blue blood school.
2022. Number 1 pick.
It was between Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and this guy to go first overall.
Banchero.
Yep, Paulo Banchero.
Paulo Banchero, yeah.
Paulo Banchero, first overall in the 2022 draft. But Chet Holmgren has something that Paulo doesn't have yet, and that is an NBA championship ring. The OKC Thunder last year, the 2nd youngest team in NBA history by average age. They were 24 years of age. Chet Holmgren at just the ripe old age of 22. I remember when I was 22 back in the day. And yeah, was an NBA champion in just his second full year as a starter. Moving right along here with what we got. How about Jalen Brunson? He's looking to acquire his first championship ring. It would be the first one for the New York Knicks for the first time in over 50 years. 1973. Willis Reed, Walt Clyde Frazier, Dave DeBusschere. It's been that long since games were on tape delay. Back watching games in black and white back in the day. They're looking to bring a New York state of mind and a New York championship state of mind here into the UA Live break room. Jalen Brunson, Villanova, undersized guard, second round draft pick. Amazingly, we thought that the Dallas Mavericks, they're like, man, there's no way they could do something more dumb than letting go of Jalen Brunson until they traded Luka Dončić last year. So somehow they managed to top that. But Jalen Brunson, one of the best players in the NBA. Ray Bourque, an all-time great Colorado Avalanche, former Stanley Cup winner in his own right. We pulled that Mark Messier jersey, the six-time Cup winner in the 9 a.m. show. So let's go after another NHL great in Ray Bourque this afternoon. Final jersey headliner that we have is Jose Altuve. I like to call him the little engine that could. Plays in the stadium with the train tracks out above the left field wall at Minute Maid Park down in Houston. Jose Altuve, one of the best second basemen of all time. Trash cans or not, you can't deny the guy's greatness. Multiple-time World Series winner for the Houston Astros. One of the best second basemen ever. Yadier Molina, one of the best catchers ever, specifically on the defensive end. 10 gold gloves, or 9 gold gloves, 10-time All-Star, 4-time Platinum Gold Glove winner, 2-time World Series winner as well for the St. Louis Cardinals in 2006 and 2011. Played big roles in each one of those World Series runs. Carlton Fisk was pulled in the early show. He is no longer here. Same with that Wade O'Neal and Peyton. You're wondering, well, where could that have gone, Rob? Well, it's right here. Got it right here in the product cam. That was pulled as they photoed headliner in this weekend warrior. But guess what? We still got the Admiral and David Robinson, former first overall pick, and I want to say the 1987 draft. And then he didn't debut until 1989 because of his military duties that he had with the Navy. Hence why he ended up becoming the nickname the Admiral. Former MVP, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, multiple-time All-Star and All-NBA selection, first ballot Hall of Famer. Shane Bieber game-worn cap, one of the most unique items I have seen put into a headliner here at Ultimate Autographs. Former Cy Young Award winner for the Cleveland Guardians. Jared Goff, Ryan Noonan, where are you at, my friend? I know you're going to definitely want to chase after this Jared Goff Speed Flex, the Detroit Lions quarterback. Gorgeous custom rip Speed Flex for the Detroit Lions. Kurt Warner, my guy, KW of the Arizona Cardinals. Very similar design on a custom rip Speed Flex.
We're 2 to go on that At the Rave single.
Beautiful.
2 to go on the At the Rave single.
Next thing will be coming up, guys. 15 boxes, 5 headliners. Julius Peppers, Mike Evans, Jerome Bettis, Rico Dowdle, Deshaun Jackson. Close that bad boy out. You can't have a Taylor Swift series without having Travis Kelce in it, right? Peanut butter to jelly.
Seems like it that way now.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it's like a requirement now for the series builders out there.
It's a couple that you guys just cannot live without. We all need Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in our lives. You know what? I will say the heresy part of this is that they are not in the same break.
Yeah, they're not in the same alignment.
They're not the same division alignment. Yeah. So we'll end up seeing, who knows, if you buy multiple spots and you get the Chiefs in the music spot, could very well end up being in that direction. Then the Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and Emmitt Smith. Secondary headliners, LaDainian Tomlinson, Evander Holyfield, Julius Erving, and Cody Rhodes. As a matter of fact, Shinmei, I actually just got to step to the side for a second. So if you don't mind just keeping our wonderful people updated on the break screen, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, definitely good with that. I would, if I were focusing on a particular series, I would want to focus on the At the Rave, which again in the single is 2 to go, and in the quad we are 3 to go. So we're 3 to go in the quad, 2 to go in the single. But I also want to highlight this Weekend Warrior series that we got going on. Pulled a lot of headliners in the opening show, because there were a lot of headliners to begin with in that show. 20 headliners in 30 boxes in that Weekend Warrior series, but 16 headliners in 23 boxes now. So we pulled 4 headliners out of the 7 boxes. There was a couple and more hits at the end. And something that came out of that Weekend Warrior series is this triple signed championship basketball. Gary Peyton, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwayne Wade on the Miami Heat 2006 NBA Champions inscription basketball. So that was in the Weekend Warrior series. And again, we go to the website here in the Weekend Warrior, 16 headliners in 23 boxes. And that Shaq was pulled, but hey, we still have all the helmets actually. All the football helmets are still intact in the headliner section. So Kelsey, Goff, Warner, and the Cowboys triplets, all still available in this Weekend Warrior. On the jerseys, Messier we pulled, but Chet Holmgren, Ray Bork, Jose Altuve, and Jalen Brunson all available. Taylor Swift record, still available. We pulled the Carlton Fisk helmet, but the Yadier Molina helmet is still available. Shane Bieber on the cap, that is a game-worn cap, by the way. That is also still available. And then David Robinson on that basketball, still available. So we did pull some headliners, but most of the photoed headliners, including the Speed Flexes and that Cowboys Authentic and that Taylor Swift record, those are all still available on this Weekend Warrior, which also happens to be the Chase Wilson. So you get a chance at some gift card money at the end when in fact a break in that series does happen. So what will we be getting into here next in the show? I believe we are 1 to go in the no. We are 2 to go. 2 to go in that Weekend Warrior single. So we can definitely hop into that Weekend Warrior single, close that out, and have that be the break that kicks us off here on this noon show. But we are still 2 to go in that At the Rave single as well. So At the Rave single and the Weekend Warrior single, both close to breaking here to kick off this noon show. NFL football action coming up in just about 3 hours. The Rams and the Panthers, they played in week 13 of the NFL season. And the Panthers won that one, and that was part of the Rams' decline. Chris Hove in the chat. A little new to this. What happens if I bought into a break yesterday and it hasn't sold out? How long do you give it? Good question, Chris. So if you buy into a break spot, that break will once that break happens, onside kick. Okay. Onside kick. That would be the vault. Yeah, we haven't done a vault break, and I see you in there on the vault. So once you buy into a break, that break will happen at some point. We keep transferring that over for every show. So it's not like we suspend it after a few hours or a few shows or anything. It could go in the next 10 minutes if somebody comes in and buys out the other spots. It could go 3 days from now, but there's no expiry on the spots. Once you buy into the spots, those are your spots for whenever the break does happen.
Yep.
There's no expiry on the break, no expiry on the spots. Once you buy in, you have that spot until the break does happen, and eventually it will happen. Might be a day, might be 2 days, might be 5 days, who knows? But we don't suspend the breaks or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
There might be a situation where nobody has bought into the break, and there aren't any boxes left. So like say there's only 3 boxes left.
Yeah,
we wouldn't put up a quad break. We wouldn't allow you to buy into a quad break because there aren't
just
4
the
boxes.
Yeah.
but we would never suspend a break that has already been bought into.
That's always going to go outside of there is an extremely, extremely rare case where if there is just one box that, again, I've been here for over 4 months. I have not seen this happen yet, but I have heard there are some just very rare extreme circumstances where a refund will be issued. If we have one series, for example, there's a hidden gem, there's one box left, nobody's buying into it, and it's sitting out for maybe about a week's time, maybe a week plus. But again, that's very, very rare. I have not seen that happen yet. So
yeah, there's in most cases, like a quad box might take some time to fill out, but it will eventually fill out, and the break eventually will happen. Might not happen immediately after you bought in, but it might take a minute, but it'll happen, and you'll always have that spot once you buy in. Once you are buying into a spot. You're not buying into the item, to guaranteed item. You're getting a guaranteed spot in the break, and that spot won't be revoked at any point.
Hey, Jonathan, what's going on, man? He said that I just bought the last Ultimate Autograph Jersey mystery box. Okay, awesome stuff there, brother. Appreciate you. So just so you know that you are aware, that mystery box that was purchased by you, I will show you the different options of potential players that you're going to get sent your way. Again, mystery box for a reason. This is getting shipped to your address. We are not opening this live on air, but these are the combinations of names that could be sent your way. Everybody from Jamar Chase on down to his teammate and his wide receiver number 2 in T. Higgins. So, quick update for you guys as we go throughout the room. Chinmay, thank you for carrying the saddle for me.
We have a Weekend Warrior break coming up here. Weekend Warrior single number 2. Yep.
Awesome. Was just going to mention that I saw that was a 2 to go. Love to hit that refresh button and see.
It's sold out.
See it good to go.
And that also means that we will have another Chase Wheel Spin.
41 people eyeing the screen. I would certainly hope that we got some people that are trying to take advantage of these absolutely incredible opportunities that we have here in the break room, guys. 3 spots to go in the quad, 2 to go in the single. Definitely close out that quad first, because I'm just saying this right now in that at the rave, if that single goes first, and whatever it could be, the Evans, the Bettis, the Dowdle, the Jackson, the Peppers, whichever headliner you are chasing, that could come out in the single easily. And then all of a sudden the quad comes out, and that's one less opportunity at a headliner. So I just want to mention that before we get into this Weekend Warrior. Those names are in there. Thank you very much, my good man. So the doc, Jonathan Colvin, Tom Kaz, Robert Perret, and oh no, you guys have to look away. Samuel Nelson is back in the room, guys. He set the room ablaze this morning. Chinmay mentioned he did pick up 4 wins. 4 out of the 7 wins in this Weekend Warrior have belonged to Samuel Nelson. Which ones of those were the ones that Sammy won earlier?
The Mark Messier jersey. He won the 2 and Moores as well. He got the Robert Smith Funko and the Penny Hardaway basketball. But then he also got the Carlton Fisk helmet. So he got 2 headliners, the Messier jersey and the Fisk helmet. And he's back for more, because there's more headliners.
One number for Weekend Warrior single is going to be numero 2. Weekend Warrior number 2. If anyone has any Cowboys, Seahawks, Giants, Raiders, Pats, Steelers, Titans items on their trade block, please let me know. Sam said, I want that Dallas lid.
He's in the Dallas spot.
There you go.
Yeah, he's in the Cowboy spot.
Sam, I mean, it's been your day so far, my guys. So he had some kind words for us as he closed out the last show. He said, amazing show, guys. Great stuff. Now, would he be saying that if the show didn't go his way? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But
we'll see.
I know Sam's a good dude. So between Samuel, Robert, Tom, and Jonathan, feel free to drop a box number. That Weekend Warrior is passing through the bottom of the screen right now. 1 through 8, box number 10, 24, or 26 through 30.
I know Sam wants the Cowboys lid, and he's in that Cowboys spot.
Which one would you want if you could choose? If you
bring the LT out.
I don't know why.
Tomlinson
I don't know why I ask. I don't know why I ask anymore at this point, guys. But it's a great choice. But here's the cool thing: you don't know what the LT is on.
It's probably because it's a secondary headliner. I'm guessing that it's probably going to be a mini helmet.
Okay, I'll actually. That's a good guess. I'm going to make a bold claim here. I'm going to guess that it's actually on an Eclipse.
Okay.
I'm going to say that it's going to be a stud authentic. It's going to be an Eclipse authentic.
Okay. All right.
'Cause I have seen one before.
All
so
right. All right.
I'll give
I
this,
hope you're right.
Well, the problem is with that is that if I do happen to be right, you're going to try to sneak that bad boy out of here for yourself. Hey, brother, if you have anything on your trade block, please let me know. Again, guys, I'll give this another 10 seconds. If not, I will spin that wheel, or as they say in 8 Mile, DJ, spin that. Hopefully, you guys are getting ready for Wild Card Weekend. We got the first game coming up between the Los Angeles Rams and Carolina Panthers. I think that's slated to kick off 3 o'clock or 3:30.
3:30
Central Time. So, and then of course the Green Bay Packers visit Soldier Field for the longest standing rivalry.
Big game tonight.
Longest standing rivalry. And I'm going to want to get your thoughts actually on every game. We're going to have our spread picks, but you and I are going to dive into at least a snippet of each game and give our thoughts on that. Game worn cap coming out. Love it, Mike. Let's see what we got. And right on cue, since you spoke, I will spin. We're going to be we're going to be batting third today. Going to go for number 3. That should be available. And 4 through 8. Thank you, Chinmay. The Babe Ruth number. Do you know why Babe Ruth wore the number 3?
Do not.
So back in the ripe old days of the early parts of the 20th century, this was something that was not consistently done by every team, but specifically the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees, ever since established by the Steinbrenners way back in the day, they had a very obvious policy of things on how they wanted to have things done. Now, one of the biggest things that they had, obviously the most famous one, is their facial hair policy that they had. The numbers on the players on the team were actually given based off of where they hit in the batting order. Babe Ruth hit third, so he wore the number 3.
Very cool. Very cool story. Learn something new every day in the break room.
Lou Gehrig wore the number 4. Take a guess where he hit in the lotto.
5th.
Dead on. How do you know if you won or lost the mystery box drawing if you don't do it live? So, Jonathan, just to clarify with you, when you say that you bought into the last Ultimate Autograph jersey mystery box?
Yeah, I don't see a personal for Jonathan.
So is it a jersey spot that he bought?
So he's bought in. So I see. Yeah. I see Jonathan. I see where you're at. You're in the multi-sport jersey break, and you have 2 spots in there, but you're the only one in there right now.
So you need 6 more people.
If once 6 more spots get bought into, then we'll do the break.
Correct.
Now, when you say mystery box, you're referring to a different thing. That's when you buy the personal item that you then get delivered to you. That's completely separate from the breaks. It comes from the same series, but it's separate from the breaks.
Interesting. Appreciate that, Chinmay and Jonathan. Hopefully that makes more sense, but your break will hopefully be coming up soon. Multi-sport jersey series, 2 boxes to go, guys. No headliners. More jerseys will be waiting on deck. And again, the multi-sport jerseys, the hidden gems, probably the best jersey series that you can get at Hidden Gemming. And I'm sure we got a gem in this bag right here. I was kind of poking around in here, trying to figure out what this could be. And it seems like, well, as always, you got the right things ready at the right time. We got ourselves a trip to the baseball diamond. And we talked about it. We talked about Babe Ruth in the box number being 3. Well, just like what Babe Ruth did against the Chicago Cubs in the 1932 World Series, this guy has been calling his shot all freaking day. He said, I want that Dallas lid. Well, Sammy, it's the right division, but it's a different type of lid. We're going to be going to the future Hall of Famer, the 9-time Gold Glove winner, and 10-time All-Star. One of the pillars in St. Louis Cardinals franchise history, Chinmay. It's Yadier Molina on the autographed lid. Gorgeous navy blue there for the Redbirds, a part of the St. Louis Cardinals, one of the more storied franchises in baseball history. And Yadier Molina had a huge part to play with that in modern history.
Yep.
3 World Series attendees, starting catcher in the 2006 World Series, which by the way, one of the lowest total win teams to ever win a World Series. They won 83 games.
Yeah.
The wild card era was established in the early to mid 90s. that to this day in the modern era is the lowest win team to ever win a World Series in 2006.
Just caught that magic.
Obviously, 2011, one of the most well-covered, well-documented, the David Freeze that sent it to Game 7.
Yeah.
Albert Pujols put any notion of a Rangers comeback away. I still feel for Rangers fans these days because for some reason Ron Washington decided to keep Nelson Cruz for whatever defensive purpose in right field. That may or may not have costed them their only World Series in franchise history to that point, but then they made up for it.
They got it back in 23.
In 2023. So
they got it back.
But Yadier Molina, man, one of my favorites to watch growing
up. Sam loves it. He said he loves it.
Well,
wasn't capped. Michael Arias saying wasn't capped, just not game worn.
Close enough there to say the least. But hey, when you've won 5 out of 8, like Sam has, whew, can't complain. Sammy, stay hot, baby. Stay hot here in the UA Live Break Room. He's going to need his own personal UPS truck at this point to deliver all.
We are one to go in the At the Rave single.
That is another great one.
We should definitely be able to get that going.
Write that one up, but I'm going to keep this bad boy on the table. And have that join the Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade, Gary Peyton autographed basketball. So a great way to start us off. And again, guys, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we've only had one hidden gem. Two. The Robert Smith and the Houston Oilers.
And 3 hidden gems. Penny was a hidden gem.
And Penny. Oh, that's crazy.
We kept it on the table, but it was a hidden gem.
5 headliners, 3 hidden gems gone so far in the Weekend Warrior Series. So let's check back into that right now. Hopefully we're going to end up getting ourselves a close here any single second. Again, who are the people that are in that series for that At the Rave?
The At the Rave. I see. So Bob Boulay just bought in recently, but the doc is in there. Michael Poulos is in there. Seen Michael in the chat here. He's gearing up for a big game tonight. Little family rivalry there. His wife is a Packers fan, but he's a Bears fan. And Jonathan Colvin. I've seen Jonathan in the chat. He's in there as well in that At the Rave. But it looks like Doc has closed out the break. So we will have that single coming up for At the Rave. Let's go to the rave, boys.
I was gonna say let's rave it up on a Saturday afternoon. And as everybody knows, Saturday afternoons and Saturday mornings are definitely the times for a good rave. And speaking of, here's a guy that I know that likes to party. Dan Java, what's going on, Dan? He said, "What's up, guys? Vault Quad, come on, fellas." Yeah, let's end up hitting in that Vault Quad. We're about to have this At the Rave single here, Dan.
What is going on?
Mike Evans, Julius Peppers, Jerome Bettis, Rico Dowdle, and Deshaun Jackson. One of these 5 could go. Talking about Dan mentioning that Vault series that we got available here for you guys. The Vault, 5 spots left in that quad Vault. There are still 2 headliners left in this series. We have the Bijan Robinson Rave Authentic, and then we also have the Emmitt Smith Speed Flex. And, of course, we also have 3 Vault keys as well. One as high as a $200 value. We need to see that Emmitt come out. Let's help out our guy, Dan.
The list should be good to go for you.
Let's get it going, guys. Thank you very much. This is going to be the 4th single in the At the Rave number 4. So if you see your name in that break tab right there, 1 number, please. Michael Jonathan Blake Noland, Paul, Dennis, Bob, and Dennis once again. So Dennis, the only guy with multiple spots in this break. Again, if you want to naturally increase your chances, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'll never tell a lie, but that's just how mathematics works. 1 in 8 shot, you got about a 13% chance.
The only way to guarantee yourself a win in the break is to buy all 8 of the spots or fill out the whole break. We've seen it many times. Someone buys 7 spots. The person who has the 1 spot snipes. We've seen it many times. The only way to guarantee is to get all 8.
Pew, 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 pew. So this is how this bad boy is going to roll out. So we're looking at that. I'm curious of that NFC South spot. Michael, man, you've been asking for magic all day. And he said earlier, keep in mind on the 9 a.m. show, he said that that Bears peppers would look nice next to his peppers that he won yesterday on the Carolina Panther, which also happened to be a Rave Authentic. How nice would that be? is in the NFC South. Paul Brady, any relation to Tom? If so, give him my information. NFC North, who, by the way, Tom Brady's going to be playing a large part in the Las Vegas Raiders coaching search as well, partial owner of the team. Nolan Garceau in the NFC East, Dennis Rivers in the NFC West and the AFC East. So Doc's got his division. I apologize. Doc's a guy from the NFC East. That's his team. He's in the NFC West and the AFC East. Bob Boulay in the AFC North. Blake Barshinger in the AFC South, and Jonathan Colvin in the AFC West. So I'm going to spin the wheel here for you guys. Get this bad mamma jamma going. Dan the Man said last night a guy bought seven spots in the vote single, and the lone spot won the Elway Custom Speed Flex. You heard Chinmay just say it. That's how it happens. You do not want to get sniped. All it takes is one shot for you to win in this break. It's going to be box number 1. We should have that in the At the Rave. Somebody's going to be feeling like they're number 1. He was number 1. If you know, you know. Quoting one of my favorite creatures from under the sea. I'm going to put Yachty up here for a little bit. Hope you don't mind, Mr. Molina. Me and Yachty are tight. He'll be coming back down soon. Good luck to everybody. Box number 1. Let's see what we got here. Again, this is an all authentic series. I think this would be one of my favorites to get into if I was just playing. Yeah. $69 for a price point and an authentic.
Mm-hmm. Rave authentic too.
Yeah, raves, which by the way, they're becoming more and more rare.
Yeah.
Because they are not making rave authentics anymore. So, see what we got going on here. Well, we talked about it, that sometimes in life, all you need is your one shot to make an impact. And this guy certainly did, shouldn't he? He was a first-round draft pick, and he started off his career in a big way. But he just needed a little bit of help from somebody called the quarterback. He started off catching passes and touchdowns from Mike Glennon. And then he ended up finishing his career potentially catching them from Baker Mayfield. He won a ring with Tom Brady, and he is now going to be won by Michael Polis, my guy, MP, in the NFC South. It's Mike Evans on the Rave Authentic. Dan Jobbitt's going to love this one, big-time Buccaneers fan. Mike Evans, photo headliner on the table.
Unfortunately for Mike Evans, a streak of 1,000-yard receiving seasons came to an end this year because of injury. I'm sure if he wasn't hurt, he would have definitely hit that mark. But Mike Evans, surefire first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Was awesome at Texas A&M with Johnny Manziel on some of those great Aggies teams. And of course, Dan right away asking if he wants to trade it. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one for Michael to give up. We'll see what he has to offer. But great headliner hit there for Michael, and love the raves. Love all the raves on these helmets.
He said, "You know, I wanted Rob." Yeah, and he said, "There you go. There's the magic you were looking for." I couldn't. I could only. There was too many peppers yesterday.
Yeah.
I dipped into the NFC South pool yesterday. I pulled out a spicy pepper, and today, like Chinmay said, it sucks that you can't call him the 1,000-yard man anymore. Unfortunately, because of injuries this year. Obviously, that would have been the case if he was healthy this year. But a guy that could tell a lot of stories about a lot of different quarterbacks. So, and again, I just mentioned it as well. One spot, $69 value. Mm-hmm. Mike, if you plan on reselling this or trading this at any point in time, whatever for what it's for, wait till this guy gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The second he becomes eligible, he's going to get in on his first
ballot.
His first ballot, without a doubt.
For sure.
Shout out to a Mike for a Mike.
Mike for Mike.
Or one of the probably the most popular radio shows ever, Mike and Mike in the Morning. Yeah, Mike Francesca and Mike the Mad Dog Russo. So.
This will be Mike Evans and Michael Poulos. This will be a different thing.
Mike Evans' career is ending. Start a podcast.
Yeah.
Reach out. Yeah.
Mike and Mike.
Maybe bring it here in studio at UA. A shameless plug.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We could sponsor something.
Yeah,
we'll
figure it out. He signed stuff for UA.
Presented by UA.
Presented by Ultimate Autographs. See, there you go.
John Touchton saying good afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon, John. Happy to see you back in the break room.
What's going on?
Been a minute since John's been here.
Yeah.
At least in the chat.
Love me some John Touchdown, man. Mr. Touchdown himself. Keep pulling those Raves, brother. Keep buying in, and I will keep pulling them.
We still got Julius Peppers, Jerome Bettis, Rico Dowdle, and Deshaun Jackson among the listed headliners, but all the Raves are phenomenal.
Yep.
And I believe all are authentics, too, in that series.
They are.
So all the authentic helmets, they pay off on that $69 price point handsomely.
Yeah, to say the least. Julius Peppers, as you mentioned, Jerome Bettis.
$276 for the quad, which is 3 to go, by the way. But again, you're in the quad, you have a chance to win multiple items. So that's when you jump into that quad, chance to win multiple items. The double up opportunity is gone among the headliners, though, because we just pulled the Evans. So the Evans and the Dowdle can't be doubled up, but plenty of hidden gems for you guys to get after to double up with in that quad box.
14 boxes, 4 headliners left to go in that series, ladies and gents. And again, hey, who knows? If you buy out multiple quad spots, if you buy 4 spots in the quad and you end up landing in the 4 divisions of the headliners, keep your fingers and your toes crossed. You never know.
There are 3 spots left in that quad, so you can't necessarily do that.
Does anybody have multiple spots in the quad?
Dakota has multiple spots in there right now.
Is that Dakota Ness?
Dakota Burgess.
Burgess. Okay, so that is Dakota Ness on Twitch. So Mr. Burgess, if you're out there, feel free to hop back in, my friend, if you are out there. Alternate and throwback series, guys. What's up?
We will do a mini break.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
Because our resident mini collector, Tom Madera, has decided that he needs some more minis. So he has bought out the remaining 7 spots.
Woo! Mr. Madera, big dog in it today. I absolutely love it. So, Tommy boy, I will get to your box calls in a second, my man. Just wanted to give a quick PSA, guys. This Alton Throwbacks, we only have a single and a double available because we only have 4 boxes left available in this series. Baker Mayfield, the remaining photo headliner that is left in the series. Just wanted to mention that. But more importantly, we got that mini that is going to be popping up here. And in these minis, might as well show this to you guys as Chinmay puts that list in right now. $52, obviously, for those that are wanting to get back in the minis. Here's the great thing about the website. Tom just bought it out, and the series is already back up and replenished, which is what's great about our brand new website. Also a really nice kicker as well. All of these are available. You can see these right here, and these are live updates because obviously we start with this graphic, but all of this is available and live and ready to view. Adrian Peterson is available here in this photoed headliner. Jason Taylor, Emmitt Smith, Terrell Davis, Bijan Robinson, Antonio Gates, Lawrence Taylor, Jason Witten, and Fred Warner. Let's see what we got going on here. So it's going to be 1 Walter McCauley going up against 7 Tom Maderas.
We are 2 to go in the At the Rave quad.
Let's go.
We are 2 spots to go in that At the Rave quad. So that's slowly being chipped away, and we should definitely be able to get closer to that, if not break that, by the end of this show.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in
We're now the Black Eyed Peas.
We are in
we started off with Eminem, and we're now the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, we got
go the full gauntlet of the mid 2000s.
We got Rob I Am, and then we got Chinmay Licious over there in the corner. So I can just call you Chinmay and Chinmay Fergie, Chinmay Licious.
Yeah.
Tom Madera throughout the rest of the break here with Walter McCauley in that NFC East spot. So 2 numbers. That Evans is a great looking lid. Yes, it is, my friend. 2 numbers.
It is.
2 numbers for the read option number 7. Hopefully we'll be able to transition from a mini double to a Rave quad coming up. That would certainly, be nice. We would bring that box count down to 10 after that quad. That is most definitely going to go. But also, don't sleep on the Weekend Warrior. We've had just 1 Weekend Warrior single. I think we ended up doing 5 different iterations of a Weekend Warrior break last show that we had. So that was a lot of Chase Wheelspin stuff that we gave away. Make sure to get into that, guys, for the Weekend Warrior, down to 22 boxes in that. So Tom or Walter, the wheel, the box numbers, feel free to let me know. If not, I will spin that wheel. Polis, Polis is gorgeous for sure. Now, are you talking about him as a person or the lid?
They both can be gorgeous. ¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los And that is now a full circle moment. I have a Baker Red Rave Speed Flex up for trade. I know Dan's going to jump at that opportunity. Michael Arias might be your new best friend there, Dan. So think that I'm going to spin this wheel here. I haven't seen anything in the chat.
Cool.
See where we end up here in the minis, which, by the way, coming into this break, 1 and 2 chance. 9 headliners, 18 boxes. The helmet, but if he wants to trade me, he's gorgeous also. Number 6 on the minis is going to come off the ticker. But we're going to keep the compliment
6 is good.
in the chat. Arias, my man, hit me up. There you go. So 6 is going to be the first one we do, and let's see what we got for numero 2. Ooh, we almost had a deuces as wild break. We're going to go with 21. 21 is good to go. Good. Sweet. Thank you. Take that off the ticker. Appreciate you. Thank you. We've done 2 breaks and 2 headliners. No reason why we can't keep that party alive here in the UA Live break room. We're just past the 1 o'clock hour. Hopefully we got a rave quad coming up. 2 spots left to go on that. That's Shinmei on the 1s and 2s. Been kicking some tail all day. He's looking for his cheese heads to avoid running into the cheese grater tonight. Because as you can see, Bears fans have now started that cheese grater hat.
There's no Derrick Henry on the field tonight.
Oh.
And so I'm a little optimistic.
Yeah, I hope so.
But we'll definitely talk about that game.
I hope so.
We'll definitely talk about that game.
Because DeAndre Swift and Common Unguy are, they're not to be messed with.
They're good. They're good.
They're a very good team.
They're very good.
So, job it, we can talk. There we go, guys. Hopefully you guys can work something out. And hopefully this works out for Tom and Walter both in this series. Well, what we're going to be going into in this specific series here, because I actually want to see... Wow. All right, so Chinmay, you actually name-dropped this guy earlier for this specific franchise, and I think you're going to be pretty surprised to see he's not even a secondary headliner.
Okay.
We're going to be going back in time. He was a huge reason, specifically because he did this in his rookie year, as a part of the Music City Miracle team that came out of the AFC that season. We're taking a trip down south to Nashville, Tennessee. It's Javon Curse.
The freak.
The freak. Got off to one of the best starts you can get off to for a edge rusher, for a lineman more, if you will, in Javon Curse. A dominant start off to the beginning of his career with the Tennessee Titans. An awesome hit. First time seeing him on a mini.
Very cool.
Javon Curse.
Yep. That's going to go to Tom Madeira.
Gonna look up Javon's Pro Football Reference page here real quick, just to see Javon Curse's 10-year career in the NFL. 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. His 3 Pro Bowls came in the first 3 years of his career. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1999 with the aforementioned Titans.
Yeah.
He forced 7 fumbles his rookie year. He had 14 and a half sacks for the Tennessee Titans. Curse was a first-round selection out of the University of Florida.
Yep.
The former
Florida
Gator.
Gator.
He was a first-team All-Pro. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty wild stuff.
And he's a hidden gem.
Hidden gem. It's a very nice one there, Tom. Tom, I know you got probably more minis than people exist in your town at home. So feel free to let me know if you actually have these minis or not, because I'm kind of curious to see if you... How often you double up on any of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd feel pretty confident and say he doesn't have a Javon Curse. Hopefully that's not the case. Mini number 2. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. My goodness. Well, you know, I was really hoping, Chinmay, that the first time we saw this guy today was on a Rave Authentic. However, Tom Madeira, he did it again. You know what he did? He hooked me in. Longhorn, Texas style. We're taking a trip down south to the NFC South.
Oh, that's nice.
To one of the best all-around, not just running backs, But according to his quarterback, the best player in the world, according to Michael Penix, it's his running back, Bijan Robinson.
I love when the Falcons wear that uniform.
It's a great color.
Yeah.
It's a really great color.
That helmet with the class, like the classic black unis.
Yep.
Those are the best Falcons. That should be like their default home.
It gives Jamal Anderson, Deion Sanders. It gives that nice throwback Falcons that we got. I'm done work. I am
See
working
that
on
order number, Doc? I'll check on that real quick.
Hey, look at that. He said he'll send a picture when he's done. Tom talking about his mini collection. I'll be looking forward to seeing that.
Doc, that break has not happened because you're in the Weekend Warrior double there. That order number is the Weekend Warrior double. That has not happened yet. That is 7 spots to go. Weekend Warrior quad box, actually 6 spots to go. A couple people bought into the quad there. So I will still say 22 boxes now, 15 headliners in 22 boxes. The double and quad is still your friend in the Weekend Warrior. There's still plenty of headliners left with enough boxes to get you that double and quad where you can get multiple headliners in the same break. So
Absolutely.
I will say, we saw it with the doubles in the last show, right? This is the point in time, because the headliner ratios are so good in this series, doubles and quads are your friend. Don't get stuck in that single. You pull that hidden gem, and all of a sudden, someone else in that double racks up 2 headliners. I would, that the doubles and quads, that's where you want to be at this point in that series.
2 spots left in the quad in that At the Rave autograph mixer. 14 boxes, 4 headliners left. Excuse me, and that bad boy, and as Chinmay just alluded to, 2 spots just bought into in that Weekend Warrior. That's where I'd be putting my money. $320 investment, 4 guaranteed boxes coming out. Hopefully, if you're a lucky duck out there like Samuel Nelson, you could possibly get 4 boxes to go your way. We have so many left, like Chinmay mentioned, in the series. 22 boxes still left in that Weekend Warrior.
Sam actually doubled up on 2 hidden gems in the last double box break that we had. So it's not just the headliners that you can get when doubling up. The hidden gems also work in sync too sometimes.
So, as we talk about that, we're going to let the quads build up. We're going to let you guys fill up orders, but it's time. It's time to lock in. All right? The regular season for the Ultimate Autographs weekend spread picks, I somehow got lucky, and I beat Chinmay head-to-head in that. I really thought it was going to come down to, dude, at the end of the season, was going to be that, that Cardinals cover. I thought it was going to come down to that for a while. But that was child's play. Mm-hmm. That was a warm-up. It was almost like we were feeling each other out. This is where it matters. Wild card weekend, and we're going to switch things up, guys. So, again, we're going to try to anticipate this before more breaks start to come in. We're going to take a little side thing here for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to break down some of these games that's going to be coming up this weekend. And I'm going to get into a spread pick. I'm going to give my favorite one before the games start. Our first one's going to be starting in just about 2+ hours or so. And then we're going to be diving into each and every game between Chinmay and myself. So, starting off with the very top, we got the log. And by the way, guys, please feel encouraged because we got the playoff mixer series. We have 4 boxes there, 1 headliner left in the Jordan Love. 3 playoff teams are remaining in that series. Close that series out and see which team you can get back and support behind. If they make it past the wild card round, your team gets $100 for advancing past the wild card. They get $200 for passing the divisional. $400 if they win the conference championship, and $1,000 if they end up winning the Super Bowl in this series if your item ends up being in the AFC West, NFC North, or AFC West again in this case, and it's either the Chargers or the Denver Broncos in that scenario. So, guys, talking about the NFL slate here, LA Rams, Carolina Panthers coming up 3:30. So 10.5 point spread for what we got here. Now it's down to 10. All right, so 10 is what it's going to be for the Rams favorite in that ball game. For those that remember just a few weeks ago that the Panthers actually won outright. They came back. Bryce Young had one of the best second halves of his career and ended up coming back and beating the Rams. A signature win, and that win ended up helping the Panthers get the division title despite being excuse me, 8 and 9 in the NFC South. Now, heavy money is coming in on the LA Rams, hence why they were a 10-point favorite set by Vegas. But for me, I think this is going to be a lot closer. I don't know if this will be my official spread pick yet. I'm going to wait till Chinmay gets back in the room. But I don't know. This game, I think, is going to be a lot closer than people anticipate. Because the weather's going to play a factor, it's going to be 50 to 60 degrees, hot, humid, and muggy with rain in the forecast. It's going to be a Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard versus Kyron Williams and Blake Corum type of game I can feel. Obviously, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, they're going to be extremely involved, but I think it's going to come down to whoever has the better running game. Whoever's running game stands out the most, I think, will end up taking this one home. I would not necessarily sleep on the Carolina Panthers. I still think that they are live and viable to end up winning in this NFC contest in this particular game right here. Now, the one that's coming up tonight, this is going to be the one Chinmay's tuned into. This is certainly one that I'll be stepping aside to watch myself personally. Going to be making some stuff at home with the wife tonight. Going to be very excited for that. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, the longest standing rivalry in NFL history, spanning over 100 years. This is just, they've only met, this is going to be the third time that they are meeting in the playoffs, 1941 and 2010, the only two times they've ever met up in the playoffs. Green Bay favored by 1.5. Very surprising line said by most. I'm certainly in that camp. And as I say that, the resident Packers superfan walks back into the room. Really quick, I just started talking about Packers and Bears. I gave my Rams and Panthers thoughts.
Okay.
I want you. We have any orders that came in?
Just taking a quick peek here. No, we got a couple things trickling through. We are one to go now in that at the rave quad. So that should definitely happen.
That will definitely happen.
That should definitely be the case, and
way to go,
very
guys.
excited to see more rave helmets out here on the table. But I kind of caught your thoughts there at the end. The Bears were favored initially, and that was probably because of some of the injury issues that the Packers had, and we didn't know exactly who was going to suit up, in what capacity they were going to practice. But looks like the guys that were already out, like Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft, those guys were not going to play, obviously. But the guys that we were uncertain about, like Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, a few other defensive players, a couple guys on the offensive line, looks like all those guys are going to be good to go. The way I see it for the Packers, it's going to be about, this game is going to be about very similar to what I talked about with Miami and Indiana. Establish the run game, take the occasional shots downfield with Jordan Love. But if I'm the Packers, I don't want to make this a Jordan Love air it out 50 times game.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
I want to make this a run the ball.
With a healthy-ish Jacobs. Yeah.
Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson has proven to be capable in a secondary role. Run the ball, make the easy throws to convert on key situations if you need. And then defensively, fundamentals, man. Make tackles, catch the balls that should be intercepted. Packers have dropped at least, it's double digits for sure. My friend and I have probably kept track of this. It's double digits for sure. I want to say it's 14 now that we've known.
Wow.
14 interceptions on the season. Now, some of them are 50-50. But I would say at least 5 are like gimme interceptions, like off the numbers type of things.
Okay.
Receivers have been dropping passes off the numbers. Cornerbacks have been defensive backs have been dropping picks off the numbers. Make tackles. First tackle has got to be made. Second tackle has got to be made. Like, it should not be the third or fourth guy coming in cleaning up the tackle. And then the big thing, which was key in the second game of the season series, was we got to be able to keep lane integrity on the pass rush so that Caleb Williams cannot make plays outside of the pocket.
For sure.
If Caleb Williams is able to use his legs, get outside of the pocket, we know what he can do with the crazy arm angles and the strength that he has with his arm to maneuver the ball across the field when he's outside the pocket.
Yeah.
The Packers are not going to catch him when he runs outside of the pocket. Mm-hmm. Like the defensive linemen are just not that fast. We saw it in the second game. So defensively, fundamentals, keep it together, and do not let Caleb Williams escape the pocket. Force him to make plays from outside of the pocket. Slow down the run game. It's going to be tough because Bears have a very solid run game, as you mentioned. On the flip side, run the football, chew up the clock, use, kind of grind out the possessions. Love makes the throws when he needs to. Take the occasional shot with Watson and Golden. But for the most part, keep it together. You don't have the personnel, especially defensively, because Micah's out, we don't have that force multiplier effect that we saw for so many weeks in the beginning of the year for the Packers. So it's got to be a little tighter on the defensive side. But I would probably constrict the game plan a lot. Wouldn't see too many trick plays. Wouldn't see too many sort of Jordan Love airing it out, 50 times a game. Obviously, there's certain situations like 2-minute drill. You're not going to run the football a lot. But outside of that, run the ball a lot. Key throws here and there for Love, but nothing like crazy in the pass game.
Absolutely. So while you
that would be my approach to it.
I'll give my 2 cents into this game. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say you're leaning Green Bay in this matchup. So.
Yeah, I have Green Bay money line.
Okay.
Green Bay money line personally.
So it's solidified. So the bread is down.
Yeah. Green Bay money line personally.
Very, very nice. I'm going to take the juxtapose approach to this. So, by the way, Carolina and Los Angeles, what's your lean in that game?
On the spread, I'm thinking Carolina.
I agree.
Because
That's what I
it's going to be raining. There might be some wind involved. The Rams just, and forget the weather. The Rams have just not looked good since that game in Carolina.
Yeah.
They have not looked good. If it was not for your Arizona Cardinals, they would be 1-4 in their last their last stretch. If it wasn't for those 2 Cardinals games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm feeling Carolina for the cover, but I do think the Rams ultimately do win the game.
I took a 7-point teaser for Carolina and Chicago both. So. I agree. I already kind of talked about that a little bit with that particular matchup. And again, they've won in Carolina earlier this year. It's basically a statement win. It was one of Bryce Young's best starts in the NFL. He had 3 touchdowns in the second half of that game. Very similar weather conditions as well, by the way. I was saying when you were away for a quick second.
Really quick, because Jessica in the chat talked about an order number. I did track that down. That was the Weekend Warrior number 2 double. That happened in the 9 a.m. show. Unfortunately, Jessica, you did not win. Michael Arias won the Run and Shoot Oilers jersey, and Samuel Nelson won the Mark Messier jersey in that double box break. But yes, that draw did happen.
So thank you, Jessica, for asking about that. Hopefully, you'll end up hopping back into the Weekend Warrior. We still have some amazing headliners left. I know we'll have a couple more Weekend Warrior breaks coming up, guys. But just to give my 2 cents about the Bears and the other Packers, because I talked about Blake Corum, Kyron Williams, and Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard. That's going to be the deciding factor because of the weather in Carolina. And I agree. I think that there are some clear holes for every NFC team, even the team that is, for whatever reason, favored by 2 scores on the road. I don't think there's a lot of respect for anybody for Carolina. But I think that Dave Canales... Well, the one thing Carolina's done all year is that they've kept it on the margins. And they're very good on the margins. And if you're a team that clearly does not have, if you stack up, 52-man roster to 52-man roster, top to bottom, LA is going to stand out more in that category. So if you're going to be a team that's in the situation, you're going to have to play limited turnover football, which Bryce Young has gotten much better at when it comes to limited turnovers. He's going to have to be evasive in the pocket, make quick decisions. And you got to rely on the big dogs that you do have. It's going to have to be, I think they're going to have to play 10 yards at a time. They're going to have to go first down to first down. Try to draw up as much as you can for Teterow and McMillan. That is without a doubt their number 1 dog that they have in that offense. And when you do get chances in the red zone, which I don't think there are going to be very many for Carolina, I think it's something that they're going to have to absolutely take advantage of as soon as the opportunity strikes. So I have them covering. I still have the Rams winning outright in that game. Now, Green Bay and Chicago. So obviously, you're going to be taking Green Bay. There's no surprise there, but your analysis makes a ton of sense as well for why they got to contain Caleb Williams. I'm not going to take the Caleb Williams point of it. It's his first career playoff start. I don't care if it's at home or on the road. There's going to be nerves. It's going to be a lot of nerves. Obviously, the Chicago crowd is going to be as rowdy as can possibly be. That's going to be, I think, a big boost for Chicago. Again, this rivalry matters. It's, I think, the biggest rivalry in the NFL, undoubtedly. With that being said, I have major concerns about Green Bay's rushing defense. Green Bay has been gashed on the ground all season long from the running game perspective, and they lack getting pressure on the quarterback consistently as well. Like you said, if they cannot contain Caleb Williams inside of the pocket, again, his legs are a part of the run game for Chicago. They've actually gotten more comfortable as weeks have gotten along in terms of actually having him be on more scripted runs as well. So Monangai, Swift, and Williams on the ground. If Green Bay can just hold them to a respectable margin on the ground and force Caleb Williams to make tough plays in the pocket and be an upright stand-up quarterback, you got to worry about Luther Burden in terms of yak. He's great after the catch. DJ Moore, I don't know what I get out of him, but Roma Dunze coming back is going to be a huge X factor. If he's on a snap count, you worry about him less. But Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, they are big yak guys for that Bears offense. You saw it in that Week 17 game against you guys. But I don't understand what Green Bay has proven to me. They are a 9-win team, and they have played like a 9-win team. They have played like a 7-seeded team. You and Dom both have said it on air religiously all year. They play to the level of their competition. They have done absolutely nothing to prove why they are favorites going into this game in Chicago. Now, it's a 60-minute game. Yeah. You got to go out there and you got to play for a reason. And I understand the whole mental advantage of Green Bay over Chicago in recent years. But in terms of who is the better football team this season, up to this point, it has undoubtedly been, especially lately, the Chicago Bears. So I have no choice but to write out Chicago.
I think the perception of what Green Bay could have been clouds a lot of what the market is saying. Now, there's obviously the postseason experience that Jordan Love has and Matt LaFleur has versus the not postseason experience of Caleb Williams. And then Ben Johnson last year, he kind of, for lack of a better word, got a bit too big for his britches with the Lions and Commanders game. So I do think that there's some of that plays into it. And again, it's not like the Packers are big favorites. They're 1.5 point favorites. So it's essentially a pick 'em at this point. That being said, I think the big question, like aside from the points that I just mentioned, like both these defenses are not very good.
Yeah.
And so whatever defense can randomly conjure up impact plays, which the Bears have found ways to do this entire season. I think they lead the league in takeaways.
They do.
So
opportunistic defense. Yeah.
The Bears, for whatever reason, despite being very bad defensively, have just found a way to take the ball away. And that's going to be huge in this kind of game, which is why I think, again, don't let Jordan Love throw the ball a lot. Because as brilliant as he is at times, he has a tendency to force things into some tight coverages.
Yeah.
Because he thinks he can make all those throws. Great to have the confidence in the quarterback, but sometimes you just got to take it out of his hands.
But in a do or die type of scenario sometimes like this, win or go home.
Sometimes you just got to not let him have that opportunity. So that's my thinking on it. But we do have a quad break to get to here.
Leading right into that. So let's get into it, man.
Let's go rave, boys.
Yeah, we're going to be raving big time. So Jamil's rave buddy and Mike Evans got pulled already from that question, if you guys remember that at the beginning of the show.
So we'll be down to 10 boxes after this.
We will be down to 10, correct. So guys, it's going to be four box numbers. Which quad is this going to be?
This is going to be At the Rave quad box number 3.
Thank you guys all so much for closing this out. This is going to be our first quad of the day between Chinmay and myself here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Ultimate Autographs Live family. So glad to see you guys here and spend it with us on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Feel free to let us know what you guys are doing this afternoon and tonight for some
football. Yeah,
for some football plans.
Know.
We've been waiting for this since OTAs, back when it was actually flip flops and shorts weather. Back at the end of the summer, beginning of the fall.
I mean, not just plans. Like, who are you rooting for? You got any bets going? Like,
we got people that
let us know. Let us know all of it.
We got people that are possibly in the playoff mixer series that have a brand new favorite team because of the item they won. They have a totally different team that they're not going to be pulling for in this playoffs. So.
I say that, obviously, we want to talk about the items that you win and give you guys great memorabilia here. But I say this all the time. Like, at the end of the day, like, we're just two sports fans here. So, like, hit us up with your, takes for the games. Let us know who you think's going to win. Let us know if you're rooting for any particular bets or player props or whatnot, or if you have a favorite player that you're rooting for. Let us know. We're all game for that.
Absolutely. I'll end up breaking this down for you guys in just a second here. Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. Walter McCauley, Christopher Foxhill, Dakota Burgess, Jeffrey Coons, Christopher Hove, Michael Brzeznicki, and Christopher Hove ×2. Feel free to let me know any box numbers. I'm going to randomize this by the time I am done if I don't get any. Well, we're going to hit that Wheelio Estevez ×4. But this wheel, or I keep saying wheel for the name randomizer, this randomizer is going to get spun around 7 times. So this is how this is going to look right here. So I'll give this another couple of seconds, guys. After this quad box break, we're going to reassess, see where we currently stand at for some of our other breaks. So I know that we were getting fairly close in a couple other series, such as the minis, the Weekend Warrior. We still got 4 boxes left to go in that playoff mixer and the alts and throwbacks. And right on cue, Mr. Brzeznicki. Good to see you, my man. So Chinmay, he's got all 4 numbers that he's calling out here. So 2, 6, 2, 6, 14, 25.
So 2 and 6 are good. I see 4. Yep, all of them are good. All of them are good.
Appreciate you there, Big Mike.
2 and 6.
Thank you, thank you.
And then 14 and 25.
Yes, sir. Awesome sauce stuff there for you. Hopefully you call it yourself a winner there. Let's get ourselves going. Time to rave. Let's see what's all the raving is about here in this break. Dakota Burgess, with 2 spots in the series, got himself in the NFC North and the NFC East. Walter McCauley with 1 spot in the NFC South. Christopher Foxhill in the NFC West. Jeffrey Coons in the AFC South. Christopher Hove rounding it out in the AFC East and the AFC West. And our box caller magic man in the AFC North, Mr. Brzeznicki. Mike, hey brother, you still got that Cal Raleigh jersey up for trade. Ooh, looking for the big dumper doc.
All right.
Guy that I think should have won the AL MVP. What do I know? Do I know?
We have 4 to go in the Weekend Warrior quad.
Wow, okay. Very, very nice. Why not?
And again,
let's quad it up.
if you jump into that quad, get your name thrown in the wheel spin 4 times.
You know what they actually call a back-to-back quads in here? Call that an octopus. Some people call that a touchdown followed by a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Nah, it's an octopus here in the break room. An octobox. That's what Scott Hansen calls 8 games on it at once in red zone. I'll come up with a new slang term so we don't get copyrighted, I swear. Well, there's a reason why you end up getting 2 spots in this break, because you never know which division is obviously this is going to land on. We're going to start ourselves off in the hidden gems. And this guy right here, last time that this franchise brought a Super Bowl to town, he was the quarterback. And it's going to be the team that's going to win tonight at Soldier Field. Oh. Damn right I said it. It's a good omen, Chinmay. You got to bring it in for Jim McMahon. The punky quarterback. This is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous rep for Jim McMahon. Very, very nice. A rave rep. Very, very cool.
Okay, very interesting. So they're not all authentics. There are some reps in there.
Yeah, in the description there are reps. And,
okay, so there are some reps in there. Okay, all right. Yeah. Which, again, full-size rep helmet still very much exceeds the price point here.
The punky quarterback.
Yeah.
BYU.
And Jim McMahon is Chicago legend, so
he is indeed.
That's going to be well worth it here.
Let's see here, write that up for my guy Dakota. By the way, huge shout out to a guy who we've talked to in the chat quite a bit today, Michael Arias. You made my dad's Christmas in a lot of ways, honestly. First gift that I got here at UA was from Mike. That was that Jim McMahon mini that was a rave mini that he gifted me, and it turned into a Christmas gift for my dad.
Very cool.
And he's got it on his desk at work as we speak.
Yeah, Mike is a very generous guy. He gave me that Brady Cook Mizzou jersey.
Here for that, I remember
So
that.
yeah, very cool, very cool.
I think that was that same week. Mike, I don't know what Mike was on that week. He was in a very, very good mood.
He was in a good mood because I had pulled him the Josh Allen speed flex. So that's why I got the Brady Cook jersey.
Also, JSA for Jim McMahon.
Okay.
On the nice card. I like how this is in a nice plastic sleeve.
Yeah.
These JSA cert cards. Very, very nice. So Jim McMahon on the rep. As I hype up the Bears, I also put the lid away. Hopefully that's not a bad omen.
Not a headliner though.
I'm a very superstitious guy.
So that's good for the rest of you looking for one of those headliners. Not a headliner.
Absolutely. And
We still got Peppers on the Bears, so that could be a possibility.
And I don't want to. Yeah. There's a double up right there from the NFC North. So I don't want to manifest any bad energy, Chinmay. At all. And I'm not going to try to bring this into reality, dude. But I'm just saying, there's a chance that there's 3 hidden gems that get pulled out to go alongside the Jim McMahon. Chaos is going to ensue in that series because we'll be down to 10 boxes and still have 5 headliners. So talk about skyrocketing your chances of hitting a headliner. Chinmay, you're a Brady Cook fan, Mizzou fan?
Well, I'm a Missouri alum. So by nature of being a Mizzou alum, I am a Mizzou fan. I am a Brady Cook fan. Brady Cook, for a lot of the criticisms of Brady Cook, he has presided over 2 of the most successful Mizzou football seasons in recent memory. So yeah, I'm a Brady Cook fan. He's been one of the most successful Mizzou quarterbacks not named Chase Daniel in terms of pure results.
Yeah.
Not necessarily stats, but pure results. It's like Chase is up there, obviously, and then I think it's Brady Cook in terms of win percentage.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's your alum, man. So you got to back just about anybody that comes through your alum. That's all part of being an alum, right?
Right.
He's no Michael Porter Jr., but I digress with the 8 games that I think he played at Mizzou.
I went to Michael Porter Jr.'s first Mizzou game.
I bet the hype was nuts.
It was awesome. He only played like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But we were just so happy to be good at that point. We were just so happy to be a good team at that point that it didn't matter.
Uh-oh. Doc's got a nice little message for you in the chat.
Very cool, Doc. Very cool. Again, like Doc said earlier in the chat, no need for that. No need for that, but I greatly appreciate any generosity from this wonderful UA community that we have here.
Well, it's funny you say that, Chinmay, because this guy that I have next also said this anytime that somebody tried to go after his quarterback. He said, no need for that. You don't have to tackle him to the ground with your 300-pound body. And this guy did it so well that he's eventually going to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame because of how excellent he was on the left side of the offensive line. Tony Romo's BFF kept him upright for as many years as he could. It's going to be Zach Martin, the Dallas Cowboy, one of the greatest linemen ever in Cowboys franchise history. Zach Martin, a longtime Dallas Cowboy, recent retiree. And you got that classic Cowboy blue. And this is going to be another replica helmet and another replica helmet win for Dakota Burgess, baby. Double.
That's why you get multiple spots.
I'm going to start calling him Double Up Dakota. Sounds like a cowboy out west. Double Up Dakota here.
Getting Cowboys, so you might as well give him a Cowboy nickname.
Damn right. Damn right. Dakota Burgess, way to go, my friend. Back-to-back reps in this series. Both of these hidden gems. Zach Martin. And since he was a hidden gem, Chinmay, I guess we have to call him an undercover Martin.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I usually a lot of my puns are awful, so I'm taking credit. I'm taking full credit for that one.
Rob's leaving after the show anyway, so it doesn't.
I'm gonna exit stage left. I'm gonna be.
He's leaving anyway.
I'm gonna be going undercover like Martin right as soon as the show is done.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Tomato. It's like go right off stage. So halfway through, 2 hidden gems, still awaiting our first headliner. And again, understandably so. We entered this with 5 headliners and 14 boxes.
Yeah.
So, hovering right around a little bit below 40% going into this series, but let's see what we got here. Gonna get another rep. Dakota, want to trade that Rave?
Okay, Dan looking to trade. Maybe
Dan.
is Dan? I thought he was a Bucks fan.
He is
Maybe
a Bucks fan.
Cowboys as well. Maybe I don't know.
Well, I know who's getting this is going to be very, very happy because we're going to be dipping into a secondary headliner here. And this guy's going to be happy because, as the great LeBron James once said during his introductory press conference with the Miami Heat, during the decision, you know him, you probably hated this comment, but we're not going to win just one, not two, not three, but oh wait, it is going to be three. 3 consecutive hits for Dakota Burgess. Deshaun Jackson, secondary headliner, second straight NFC East hit. Deshaun Jackson and Zach Martin had a lot of head-to-head matchups in that NFC East division. Woo! Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be a rave rep.
Yeah. We could have a quad up here.
We are raving big time in the UA Live break room. I'm a Bucks fan, but I want all teams. That is what
okay.
That is what we call the perfect approach.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep Deshaun out. I love this forest color green. If you look up a highlight compilation of the best plays of the 2010s decade,
it's all Deshaun. It's all Deshaun.
It's probably a vast majority of Deshaun. He said, "Damn Dakota, I want the Bears lid you won." So that Jim McMahon, Dakota, if you're out there, my friend, feel free to hit Dan up. Awesome guy to trade with. Mm-hmm. Gonna end up writing this bad boy.
We are 3 to go in the Weekend Warrior quad.
Keep
3
it going,
to go in
guys.
that Weekend Warrior quad.
Go quadding. At least one more time. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean that you can skip leg day. Keep quadding things up here. Deshaun Jackson, one of my favorite guys to watch. Everybody remembers that basically more or less Hail Mary from Mike Vick to Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah. Gotcha, Doc. I saw your comment. Appreciate whatever mystery Brady Cook item you're going to send my way.
Let's see. So Deshaun's going to stay on the table to join the Mike Evans Rave Authentic.
Deshaun's staying on the table.
I just like the different, the color scheme. We're hitting.
It's so awesome.
We're hitting just
I
about
love the raves
every
for
part
that
of the rave.
reason.
And we got every item is different too.
Yeah.
Different colors, different items. We got an authentic, a replica, a basketball, and a baseball helmet.
We've done some minis. We need to do a jersey here to hit for the cycle, which we could do in that Weekend Warrior. If the quad closes out, we could see some jerseys come out.
Very well could. And we got ourselves. We're taking a trip into the mini category as well.
Okay, interesting. Did not foresee a mini coming out here.
I did not foresee a mini either.
But okay.
But sometimes little things come in. The best things come in small packages here. So I'm trying to see my little. Of course. Well, we had a possibility of a quad up, but possibility is going by the boards. This is going to be going to my guy Christopher Hove.
Okay, he was in the chat earlier.
This is going to be a rave on the mini.
Oh, nice.
Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, one of the best fullbacks of all time. I don't know if this is a fact. I'm going to go out on a limb. I know he led the league in rushing one year. He just edged out Barry Sanders one year to lead the league in rushing. I want to know how many fullbacks have ever led the league in rushing. So he was very, very dominant for a 2-year stretch. Absolutely gorgeous rave mini there. So guys, that's awesome sauce stuff. Great break. I'm going to end up taking us back to the break page. Just 1 second. So back on the break page, guys. I got 4 spots to go in that single box break, in that alternates and throwbacks. Baker Mayfield, the lone remaining headliner in that series. 6 spots to go in that double box break as well. Post a note, I got you for that. Just writing this up. My guy Christopher Hove. Keep in mind, guys, I'm going to talk about the Weekend Warrior in just a second. If you want to add into that pre-existing Chase wheel spin. Christian. Sorry about that. Thank you. Dan Jobbitt, I have a Tillman Rave Authentic. Ooh, that's a nice one. Peanuts. Nice offer there from Hatchie. Good afternoon, Brent. Good to see you in the chat. think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat today, my guy. So let's focus on some math here in the Weekend Warrior, right? So we've had one Weekend Warrior today. At least in this show, that was the Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
Batting helmet that's up here on the winners table with Chinmay and myself. But we're looking for a lot more. So let's talk about the divisional alignments for this quad, right? So we got 3 spots left to go. So the divisional alignment possibilities that we got here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So just looking at from what we got, we have the, talking about the headliners as well. Let me just pull this up for you guys so you can see this graphic. So we have the Chiefs, 76ers, and Blues.
Kelsey and Julius Irving.
Yeah. Well, that's a crazy combo right
Yeah,
there.
Kelsey and Julius Irving. And Irving, again, we don't know whether it be a basketball or a jersey. It could be a card. Could be a variety of items there on the Irving. But Kelsey is the speed flex. We know that.
Never thought you would mention those two guys in the same sentence before. Then you have the Heat, the Avalanche, and the boxing spot.
So we did pull that basketball
Correct.
in the 9 a.m. show, but you still have the Ray Bourque jersey for the Avalanche, and then you also have Evander Holyfield in the secondary headliners for the boxing. Again, Holyfield, we don't know whether it's a boxing glove or a belt, but 2 opportunities there among the headliners with Holyfield and Ray Bourque.
It is going to be a sweet beans item no matter what. Next potential series we got the music spot, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Orlando Magic.
So we already pulled the Messier, and we pulled the Penny Hardaway too.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that there's only the Taylor Swift here.
Okay, so Taylor Swift would be
But
the
it's
low one for that spot.
Pretty good to be the only headliner.
I was going to say, yeah, that might be one of the most sought after ones. We were talking about
Might
that
be only
earlier.
one in the category, but in terms of star power, unmatched.
Now, this is a spot where the quad up can definitely shine bright. Detroit Lions, San Antonio Spurs, WWE, and the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, so 3 headliners because you got David Robinson, Cody Rhodes, and then Jared Goff on the speed flex. So 3 headliners still. And then White Sox, I'm going to venture a guess as to who it will be. Headliner worthy for sure.
No, yeah, without a doubt. We've seen a couple of different White Sox guys, but it's mostly just going to be 1 or 2 guys most likely. I think we know who that might be. Dallas Cowboys, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Chicago Bulls.
So we pulled the Yachty, and I don't see any Bulls headliners, but obviously you got the Cowboys triplets authentic. That's 3 signatures, so essentially covers all 3 teams there. If you're talking about 3 headliners, you're getting 3 headliners with just 1 item.
Yep.
In that Cowboys authentic.
Arizona Cardinals, Houston Astros, and then film.
So film, there won't be any headliners, but you got the Kurt Warner Speed Flex and the Jose Altuve Tequila Sunrise Astros jersey.
I like that.
So those 2 are there in the double up for Cardinals, Astros, and film.
Funny thing, that exact same design on those jerseys, my favorite group of all time, on their my favorite song by them, The Strokes. The Adults Are Talking. That music video that they have is from their most recent album that they actually released back during COVID back in 2020.
Yeah.
They actually had the Tequila Sunrise Astros jerseys.
Oh, nice.
Look very similar to that. And the video is actually them playing literally like robots in baseball. Don't understand the context behind it at all.
Okay.
But they're actually big Astros fans, which is funny. So thought it was kind of funny for that. Then we have the Cleveland Guardians, the OKC Thunder, and the LA Chargers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or
So
San
this
Diego
is
Chargers.
So this is a good one because you got my guy, LaDainian Tomlinson, but you also have the Chet Holmgren jersey and the Shane Bieber baseball cap game worn.
Yep.
So that one triple up is still possible if we go with the quad. That triple up is still a possibility there.
Final spot, New York Knicks.
We are 2 to go in that Weekend Warrior quad.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Glad to see that these words are reigning true for some of you guys here. Love to see it. Thank you very much, whoever bought into that. Last spot, as I was mentioning, New York Knicks, Boston Red Sox, Houston Oilers, and the Anaheim Ducks.
So the Knicks, you got Brunson.
And then Red Sox got pulled because of Fisk.
Red Sox got pulled. Oilers we pulled.
And then the
Ducks,
Ducks is interesting.
I don't see a headliner hit there. So Brunson would be the only one there for that Knicks among headliners at least. By the way, this is only the headliners.
Yes.
We know that there's an Anaheim Ducks item there. Every team that's listed has at least one item. And the items are typically dispersed in such a way that each division has about the same number of items. Some divisions might have a little bit more, some divisions might have a little bit less, but typically all the divisions have about the same number of items, but we know that every team has at least one item. We're not going to put Ducks in there and have there be no Ducks items. We might as well just not include the team there. So there definitely is an Anaheim Ducks item. I don't know who it would be, though. We have, in the past, had Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf.
Yep.
So could be one of those guys maybe on a Zamboni.
I've seen, Timu Solani I've seen as well.
Yeah, Timu Solani's been there, so it's possible.
That Cardinal spot hates me today. It's just messing with me. Yeah, it's happened twice for you today, right, Mike? So, you know what to say. Third time's the charm. I have Trae Young to add for the basketball collectors. What's going on, Shelly?
Trae Young
we remember that.
Trae Young recently traded.
Yeah.
Big trade.
Yeah, Shelly, not sure if you're aware of that, if you've heard that news about Trae Young at all. By the way, good afternoon to you, Shell. Hope your Saturday is going well, my friend. Yeah, Trae Young, the Wizard. He's usually a wizard with the basketball in his hands in terms of scoring and playmaking. The former 5th overall selection, 2018 draft. Him and Luka Dončić famously traded for one another on draft night.
Yeah.
One of the most successful players in the Atlanta Hawks history. He is tops all time in playoff rankings, either top 2 or 3 for the Atlanta Hawks. 4-time All-Star. But there are some very, very weird speculations that Trae Young might not play a game for the Washington Wizards. Reason being, and again, this isn't confirmed, this is just why.
This season, he might.
But this season, but he also has a player option as well.
Yeah.
So again, you would assume that he would sign an extension or they would offer it because Washington does have the money to do so.
Yeah.
But again, they want to be bad.
It's a very odd trade for both teams, but I think it makes more sense for the Hawks. But it's a very odd trade. And I think Trae Young is a very interesting player because we know what he can do offensively. And he's absolutely a winning player.
Yeah.
Can he be the top player on what you would consider a championship caliber team? That's what the debate is. He's making a lot of money. But the Hawks, I think Jalen Johnson is clearly showing that he's going to be their best player.
100%.
So I don't know that you just give up because they got CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. Like, those guys aren't moving the needle for you in terms of getting out of the play-in to be a championship caliber team. So I don't really know what the Hawks are doing at this point with this deal. For the Wizards, it's a very low risk move. Like, if he doesn't work out, like, it's a one more year thing for you in your rebuild. But I think Trae Young raises their floor and definitely like helps their young players develop.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it from both sides of the spectrum, a lot of people looked at it.
The fit is just awkward.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it from a Atlanta Hawks point of view, right? You trade the face of your franchise after 7 years, but he clearly did not fit in with the iteration of this core that has emerged. You mentioned Jalen Johnson. He's going to be a first-time All-Star this year for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels, and most importantly, I would say, the free agent signing of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And his impact, he's averaging 20 points a game, and he's a very, very good perimeter on-ball defender. And obviously, Trae Young, it's well documented, he is not a very good defender. He's somebody that gets picked on religiously. And when Trae has been with this team this year, they have been a very, very bad ball club. They're actually 4 games over 500, Chinmay. Without him, they are 7 games under 500 with him. They are 2-9 with him in the lineup this year, or I should say, was.
Yeah.
But for the Washington Wizards, I think that they made out like bandits in this trade because, like you said, the risk and reward ratio is very, very good in their favor. Again, Corey Kispert, very good team-friendly contract. He's a shooter off the bench. He's a guy that's a nice plug-and-play guy for Atlanta. And CJ McCollum's an expiring veteran.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum is, I think, a better fit for this version of this Wizards team. 1, because he's an expiring. 2, because of the fact that he's a guy that doesn't need the ball in his hands at this point in his career.
I think the reason that McCollum got dealt was because he was like leading the Wizards to wins. And they don't want to win,
which is why Trey is probably not going to play,
right.
because they have a top 8 protected pick from New York.
Trey has a shin injury that he's dealing with too. A nice little way to give him a little extra time off, rest a little bit. But I think Trae Young helps elevate the young core for the Wizards, certainly. But I do think the fit is a little awkward because Trae is not the best player on a championship caliber team.
And if you got, I think that's been established to this point, but he's the guy, keep in mind, 2021 Eastern Conference Finals run, despite what the narrative may or may not have been, he's the guy that, and he's a big-time postseason performer as well in the times that he has been there. In a franchise history like the Atlanta Hawks that has not won an NBA championship since Bob Pettit, and we're talking about gas prices being like 20 cents. We're talking about, a totally different earth, many eons ago, back when the iteration of the NBA first began.
A more round earth.
A more round earth's a good way to put it. But now you go to a Washington Wizards franchise, which again, a very, very low expectation barren franchise, but they need to start winning. They've invested a lot of draft capital in recent years. Alexander Sarr, who was a number 2 overall pick, he's having a very good season. Keyshawn George is having a good year.
Keyshawn George is very good.
Trey Johnson from Texas in this most recent draft. He has been an elite 3-point shooter this season already, shooting over 40% for Washington. Now, what's that backcourt going to look like defensively? Not very good. But at the same time, what he's going to do if Trae Young can take his ego out of it, if they sign him long-term, help develop the young guys, put them in better positions to win. And then what Trae can do if he does pick up that player option, he reestablishes his value going into free agency in the summer of 27.
Yeah, and let's not act like players like Trae Young, who are amazing offensively but are not so good defensively, can't win.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
Kyrie Irving won an NBA championship. Steph Curry for a long time was not seen as a star defensive player. Now, granted, Kyrie and Steph have elevated their offenses to a much greater degree than Trae Young has. But that's partially because some of the players that they've put around those guys. Like Trae Young, if Trae Young can be surrounded by decent defensive players, they can be a winning team.
Yeah.
He just might not be able to be the best player on a championship team.
Sadly, I just don't think that opportunity is going to come in Washington, of course. So we'll see what happens as that continues to go down. But Shelly said, if someone has a kiddo that loves the ball or whatever, I am happy to send Trey. I'm 26 and I love Trey. Does that count? Shelly, I have a Miami Dolphins Zach Thomas jersey with Hall of Fame inscriptions on it. I love listening to you guys talk sports. The knowledge is sick. It's my pleasure. Appreciate that, Shell, as always.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Shelly is probably feeling good about Ole Miss being knocked out of the college football playoff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lane Kiffin can finally get the rest of his staff over together at LSU.
So just checking in, guys. I know we're 2 spots away from that Weekend Warrior. We're not going to close the Chase Wheel Spin yet because, obviously, that's the Weekend Warrior.
Yeah. But we do need to put some sort of time limit on it.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, again, you are going to be back here again at 3, correct? Can we do we have confirmation this week that Rip Camelucci will be here at 3?
It is, in fact, ripped.
Fantastic.
It was ripped last week, and it's ripped this week.
We do officially. Well, now that we officially have confirmation, big shout out to Melissa, by the way. So we got a schedule on the door.
Got a little schedule.
We got a big time schedule on the door. So shout out to Melissa to setting that up. So Bradley said I have a Calvin Johnson ripped speed flex with Hall of Fame inscription, a Ricky Williams Texas State flex with the highest Heisman inscription. That's sick. That's sick. And an Aaron Donald STS flex, all up for a trade. Shout out to Bradley Williams. Follow him on Instagram, B Helmets. He's got a great selection of stuff there. Make sure to go check him out. But check out the rest of these breaks, guys, as first, because again, 2 spots to go left in the quad. 2 spots
to go in that quad, and because Weekend Warrior is the chase, we'll leave it open for at least a few more minutes. We'll stay on. We're pushing right up against that 2 o'clock window where we're gonna think about potentially hopping off. We do have obviously to give our spread picks, so this is a good time to probably. This is probably a good time to. Get in that quad if you want it. So let's say we'll close the Chase Wheel Spin at 2:05. Say 2:05.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Yeah, nobody's going to beat Indiana. What a team. Yeah, 7.5-point favorites.
I do think Miami matches up well, and if Miami's defensive players are healthy, I'm definitely taking Miami's spread. I don't know what the spread will be because people will bet Indiana throughout the week, but I'm definitely, if Miami's defensive guys are healthy, I'm definitely going to take the Hurricanes because they're basically playing a home game for the national championship.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we'll end up seeing how that ends up going.
Yeah, Shelly's in the quad, and 2 more spots left in that quad. And again, 205 on that chase because Weekend Warriors the chase. So if you get in that quad, we'll add you to the wheel spin 4 times. So get in that quad, get that into the chase wheel spin. Let's have that be the last break of the show. But again, we do have to put some sort of time limit on it. So 205. Let's get that done. But spread picks.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, let's do to give everybody a little bit of time. Like Chinmay said, 6 minutes to go, 2:05, guys. Going to close that chase wheel spin for the Weekend Warrior. The single, double, and obviously the quad, which is the closest, are all applicable for that. Bills and Jaguars. Now we're going into the Sunday and eventually Monday night game.
Yeah.
What's your take on Bills and Jaguars? Jacksonville 1.5-point home favorites.
I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback left on the AFC side of the playoffs for sure. Maybe the entire playoffs in terms of pure talent. But I also think the Bills don't match up particularly well against Jacksonville, who is playing the best football right now and has the quarterback who's playing the best football right now. Like Josh Allen is the better quarterback in terms of overall talent, but no one is playing better than Trevor Lawrence right now.
Yeah. 100%.
I would lean Jags in that game. I would lean Jaguars in that game. It would not surprise me if the Bills won, but Buffalo's defense has not played that well this season. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Jags in that game.
No, you know what? Everything you said made total sense, and that's why I'm doing the opposite. To be totally honest with you, because there's just a weird part of me that, look, I agree with you 100%. Trevor Lawrence has been playing the best football of his entire career over this past month. The Jaguars and the Texans have been blistering hot. The 2 best teams in the AFC for the last month and a half have resided in the AFC South. Who would have thought of that going into the season? Now, the Jags at home as well. You know, shout out to Duval getting the home field advantage in this one, so hence why they're the 1.5-point favorites. And you're right. The Bills, I mentioned it earlier for the Packers. I'm going to stay consistent with this as well. Buffalo is bad on the ground. They're bad in terms of opposing running backs. Travis Etienne can have a field day. But because of what Shelly just said in the comments, I'm going to have to go with Josh Allen and back the Buffalo Bills. Only this is a slight undertone to this story. Just because Sean McDermott is coaching for his life. If Buffalo does not win this game, I do not expect Sean McDermott to be back with the Buffalo Bills.
That's fair.
This is a situation with Buffalo, with Josh Allen, despite what the media is going to push and what the optics are going to say. No Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes.
No Chiefs, yeah. The big thing is no Chiefs.
Everybody talked about the 4 horsemen in the AFC quarterbacks.
The Fab Four, he's the last one standing.
Regardless of the situation, and Josh Allen, if you look at it statistically through a certain amount of starts, you could argue he's the best playoff quarterback statistically ever. Mm-hmm. He's not in terms of accomplishments, we know that. But stats-wise and what he's done for his part, and again, he has been Superman for Buffalo, and he's going to need to have a Superman type of performance. Anything that results in an L, even if he goes one singular drive without resulting in points, the media will find a way to scold him for it because of the fact that they have not gotten to that point. And in a year, like you said, no Baltimore, no Cincinnati, no Kansas City. There's going to be no excuses for anybody for Buffalo, but I do agree with you. I think Jacksonville is the better team. But because I think this is a really, really big win for Buffalo that they do need, I think the Bills need to win this game.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So
definitely close.
So with that being said, 49ers and Eagles. 49ers coming in. Now, this originally opened as a 3.5-point spread. It has now catapulted Chinmay all the way to a 6-point favor in terms of Philadelphia.
A lot has been made about the inconsistencies on offense for Philadelphia this season with A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon not having the season that he had last year. Despite all of that, the Eagles are still an awesome defensive team, and the 49ers have not looked good over the last few games.
Outside of Seattle, funny enough. Held them to 13 points.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, they gave up, 35 to the Bears or 38 to the Bears, whatever it was.
And then Phillip Rivers and the Colts.
And the Colts, got him for 4 touchdowns or something like that. So I think the Eagles win this game pretty handily.
Okay.
I don't know that it'll necessarily be a big margin. Like, I think Eagles cover the spread, but I think it'll be something like 20-10 or like 20
low scoring,
like 23-10. Like you don't think that the Eagles will pull away at any point, but you also don't think that the Eagles will give it up at any point.
100%. The spread jumped up because the Eagles got their favorite ref out there. I mean, may or may not have something to do with that hush-hush under the table.
Right.
And Shelley's going with the Niners, so the general attitude of the Eagles is just nonchalant.
It feels that way.
Now,
I don't think it actually is. It feels that way, though, because they're the defending Super Bowl champions.
They have a right.
You got to talk about something,
They have a right to be. Yeah. Thing is, and look, when in this situation, I agree with you again. When it comes to your logic, I like to be logical, but there's just something about this Eagles team this year. They have not shown me any prolonged stretch of showing any iteration of how they were last year.
Fair.
And the division
That's absolutely fair.
And the division that they played in, the Giants this year, their season's spoken for. Washington this season, we know what's happened with them with injuries and underperformance is fine. And then Dallas, 3 teams in their division, all under 500. None of them outside of Dallas, maybe week 6 or 7. We were talking about maybe they could give Philly some noise, but they've coasted this entire season. So because of San Francisco's defense, I get it. And Saquon Barkley and company, they should have a field day. And as much as I love Jalen Hurts, I've been a huge Jalen Hurts defender. If you guys have listened to me on the airwaves, I definitely have been. But I really believe in the San Fran offense.
Okay.
If it's going to be a low-scoring game, the Eagles are going to win this no matter what. If it's going to be a high-scoring shootout, I don't think Philly has a chance. Saquon Barkley needs to have a dynastic game on the ground.
Yeah, it's the defense. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a low-scoring defensive kind of game.
And that's the game that Philly needs to win 1,000%. Brock Purdy's playing some of the best ball of his career. If McCaffrey should be healthy. Kittle is healthy. Pearsall is healthy. If Trent Williams is out there and healthy, that changes the entire dynamic of the game. So I'm going to go across. It's funny. I don't disagree with you a lot, but back-to-back picks, I'm going to take San Fran in this game.
Okay.
So last 2 before we end up wrapping this up, guys. We'll try to minimize this a little bit. What's up, Fuglin? Good to see you there saying, Rob, we got the Sunday night game of the wild card round and the Chargers and Patriots. Patriots favored by 3.5 at Foxborough.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh hasn't won a playoff game with the Chargers. Justin Herbert hasn't won a playoff game with the Chargers. I get the whole Patriots hype. They haven't played the toughest schedule.
Neither have the Bears.
Drake May has kind of beaten up on some bad teams to boost his numbers a bit. The Chargers are the notorious playoff chokers.
Chargers, Charger.
The Patriots are just better. They're just a better team. They're a good defensive team despite their red zone numbers. They're overall a very good defensive team. And I know Justin Herbert has played really well and maybe unfairly been criticized for some of the results for the Chargers, but I just think the Patriots are just the better team. So I'm going New England. They just don't make as many mistakes. And even, especially in the playoffs, when it just seems like anything that can go wrong for the Chargers will go wrong.
I'm not going to, breaking news, I'm going to actually agree with you on this one.
Okay. All right.
Everybody take a deep breath and sigh for that. But yeah, no, I agree with you 1,000%. The whole rest of the way, I don't trust the Chargers as far as I can throw them, especially an offensive line, which was supposed to be an absolute strength. Rashawn Slater went down before the season began.
Yeah.
Joe Alt went down a couple of weeks in. That completely neutralized my expectations for the Chargers. I give Harbaugh all the credit in the world. He's a phenomenal coach. We saw what he did in Michigan. And we've obviously seen what he's done back in the days with San Francisco in the NFL, to say the least. But Mike Vrabel, probably leading Coach of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
Drake May, leading MVP candidate. And Mike Vrabel knows how to coach a defense. And even with less than stellar skill position players, Drake May has still turned out an MVP caliber season. So not only do I think this 3.5 line is disrespectful, I think that this is, and this, fine, controversial take if you want, let it be that case. The fact that the Rams are 10.5 on the road today against Carolina, New England should be closer to a 10.5 point favorite than LA should be in Carolina. Just my opinion. I think that this one is
maybe
not
6.5.
I think New England wins this by 2 scores.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Just went back and watched the breakouts and amazing polls. We got you, brother. Three dubs in that quad.
Three wins. Eat them up.
Deshaun Jackson.
D-Jax was sitting there with Rob. He's,
give you the Jameis Winston right here. Gonna eat that dub for you here on a Saturday, buddy. And then we got the final game. We'll do the chase wheel spin, and we will cut it out until 3 o'clock. Shout out to Full House for that one. Justin Herbert is too inconsistent. Drake May is going to be a huge star, like Barstool Sports. New T said, yeah. See, this is why I got to start reading these in my head. But yeah, Shelly, it's a good shirt. It's a very good shirt. You almost got me there. Almost got me my pink slip in my locker, too. Yeah. I see the Bettis Lit is still available in the rave. Go after it, Fuglin. It is there, my friend.
Bettis is still available.
Speaking of Foog, let's talk about his team.
Big game on Monday. Big game on Monday.
Big game on Monday. Go for it. 3-point spread in favor of the road team in the Texans.
If this game was in Houston, I have no doubt the Texans would dominate this game.
Okay, good.
Like, if this game was in Houston, I would say Houston by a huge margin. There is going to be some elements at play. It's going to be cold. It's going to be... I don't think there's going to be any precipitation in the area, but it's going to be cold. Like low 30s, upper 20s cold. And the Texans play in a dome. Their receivers are like explosive, shifty type receivers. Trout, again, placement quarterback, hasn't played in a ton of cold weather. I think that's going to play a little bit of a factor. Obviously, you got the home crowd with Pittsburgh and the defense, TJ Watt coming back. I think Texans win. But I think this will be a lot closer than many people expect. So I agree with the 3-point spread. I would not be surprised if that's a push, if Texans win by a field goal at the end. I think it's gonna be very close.
I think the biggest.
But if this game was in Houston, I would say Texans in a blowout.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm gonna double down on this one here, and again, you and I are gonna be shockingly in lockstep on this. Mm-hmm. Not only is this gonna be my pick, it's gonna be my spread pick.
Okay.
Give me Houston -3.
Okay.
Now I've said this religiously for weeks. Houston is my team to come out of the AFC. The only thing I worry about with Houston is their consistency on offense. Continuously, can you put together back-to-back good drives? Mm-hmm. That has been a problem for them for a vast majority of the season. Can you guys change that playoff to a double? The playoff mixer that we have going on, we cannot. There's only 4 boxes left, Michael, and that's already bought into.
Yeah.
For that, so we are unable to change that for the playoff mixer. Great question, though, Mike.
Good question.
I think the spread is very fair. It's a no bet for me.
Yeah.
Also fair.
Also fair
for the Texans and Steelers.
Yeah,
for me, it's my lock. Reason I say that: Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers this year. Fun fact: against teams 500 or better, they played 6 times. 6 times. Average point per game deficit 9. They lose by an average of 9 points per game. They are 1-5 against teams 500 or more. Mm-hmm. AFC North this year, like the NFC East I mentioned for Philly when I went against them against the grain with San Francisco.
Yeah.
They have not faced the level of competition in the AFC this year. They have not fared well enough against the level of AFC competition. Mm-hmm. If Aaron Rodgers deals with pressure on a cold night with a very average Pittsburgh offensive line, he's going to get demolished. Mm-hmm. And DK Metcalf hasn't been healthy. He had a suspension. He hasn't been fully healthy as well. Him coming back into this playoff setting, the only thing I worry about is Houston's offense.
Sure.
If Houston scores 2 touchdowns in this game, this ball game's over. I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh and Foog, I love you, buddy. I know you don't want to hear this. If Pittsburgh scores more than 17 points in this game, I'd be shocked. I would be shell-shocked if they scored more than 17 points in this game.
I think we're getting like a 13-10 game in Pittsburgh on Monday night. think we're getting like 13-10 or like 16-13, something like that.
Yeah.
With Houston winning.
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
spread lock, by the way, I'm taking the Eagles. Give me the Eagles on the spread. Yeah.
Okay, minus 6.
Eagles on the spread. Yep.
Love it. So guys, we said till 2:05. We gave it to 2:13.
We gave you some extra time, but there was no movement, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to pivot that over to the 3 p.m. show.
So let's end up going into the chase wheel spin. Still, we got a chase wheel spin. That's what matters.
We still got a wheel spin.
That is what matters at the end of the day. So 7 times around, this is just going to be one list from the Weekend Warriors single. 6 times around, it's Robert Pratt. 7 times around, it's going to be. Oh my God, he did it again. Samuel Nelson back-to-back
Once again.
winners.
Once again.
Sammy. So I'm going to wait for you to call out that number if you would like, my friend. You won $47 in the earlier show. In terms of UA credit, of course. And while we got who's here at 3, it's going to be my man Chinmay and then Rip. Going to be filling in for me as always at the 3 o'clock hour. Fuglin. Hits of the show, my guy. Mike Evans Rave Authentic. The basketball is from the earlier show. That's the Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal.
Basketball's from the earlier show.
But we got the Yadier Molina helmet and then the Deshaun Jackson replica.
Okay, so the basketball doesn't count, but I'm gonna go with. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Yachty at 3, D-Jax at 2, Mike Evans at 1.
Okay. Yeah. No, fair enough. Copy and paste. Yeah. Jax, Yachty, and Mike Evans at 1, to say the least. One of my favorite. Rob, I'll be coming to UA soon to visit. I'll be sure it'll be a day that you're there. Awesome,
Interesting.
man.
All right.
Awesome,
Happy
man.
to have you
very,
here.
very cool, brother.
Yeah.
No, I'll be very excited, dude. That'll be very, very cool. Feel free to let me know when, my friends. So, and to all of my friends out there, part of the UA family, make sure you guys stick around at 3 o'clock, get those pre-fills in. We still got 2 spots left in that quad series for that Weekend Warrior. And my guy Samuel Nelson, he's going to be taking this Luka Dončić number into his account.
Wow.
77 for the Slovenian king and Luka Dončić. And that might be Samuel Nelson's new favorite number. So congratulations, my guy. So awesome stuff there. So that is going to do it for Chinmay and myself. Again, guys, another great show. I look forward
Phenomenal show.
I look forward to my Saturday mornings as much as the next person does, having to wake up at 6:30 on a Saturday morning. But wouldn't want to be anywhere else without my guy Chinmay. Awesome conversations with you, my friend. Lock in Houston -3, lock in Philadelphia -6 for you degenerates out there, and also lock in those break spots. Most importantly, any final thoughts at all, my man, before we step away?
No, it's been a good noon show. It's been a good Saturday so far. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going at 3, and then we'll keep it going tonight with Green Bay getting a win on the road in Chicago.
Let's lock it in with Chicago getting that home dub. Let's see how things go there. So thank you guys for Chinmay. This has been Rob, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch family. Final time signing off. I'll see you guys bright and early once again at 2.